Beedrill. I'm gonna get a Butterfree just to fight you with it.
My Beedrill's not gonna.
Dude, I love how like as a kid I used to love Weedle, and then you're looking at it because I did start the podcast.
It just sounded so like, oh, this sounds like he's starting the podcast.
Don't try and look for it, man. Just let it happen.
I'm
just
sorry,
just let it happen.
I was
and then
curious.
Just leave it in.
Yeah,
Leave it in, man.
Podcast.
Welcome to the podcast.
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 Are we doing like Adam Sandler impressions now?
Easy podcast. Shit, no. That's...
It looks like my hiney.
Oh, that's from the Family Guy, right?
Yes.
That's yeah. I ride this bicycle. It hurts my hiney.
That's my seagull impression.
That's your what?
My seagull impression.
Oh, okay.
You don't remember the sketch? There's like
Let's hear that seagull impression again, Corey.
No.
Come on.
No. Why don't we just go to your mom's house? You'll hear that plenty of times.
Welcome to the podcast.
We
everyone.
said that like 4 times now.
Podcast.
Yeah, but that was the more official sounding one.
I think everybody's ears just blew out. Well, welcome to episode 3 of the Epic Nerdcast. I'm Corey.
I'm Eric.
Podcast.
That's Preston.
Yes, he's not having a good morning.
I'm eating McDonald's.
Yes, that I bought for you. You're welcome.
Nah.
I'm loving.
That wasn't right at all.
That wasn't it all. So I was like, wait.
Well, in addition to being colorblind, I'm tone deaf. So.
No, okay. Well, let's see here. It's so let's go right into it. How have y'all been? I need to find my iPad while you.
Your iPad. Uh-oh. That has all of our notes. We can't do anything without our notes.
We don't know what's going on. Oh God.
Well, while Corey's doing that, I guess I'll tell you guys how my weekend or my week's been. Well, Preston's mouth is full of Egg McMuffin, and that's great. Preston, good job.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I saw The Wind Rises, and it was cool. It's very wholesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's...
Oh, well, it's a Miyazaki film.
Yeah,
like...
I know. It's just... You don't really get the feeling of anything, like, any real big conflict. And I guess that's the same for a lot of Miyazaki films as well.
Well, I mean, I think the more recent ones, like, because I know Ponyo, like, it's like, what... I didn't actually care for Ponyo as much.
Yeah.
I mean, it was cute, but I was
neither.
like, nothing happened, really.
Yeah.
Whereas if you look at, like, his other ones, like Nausicaa and Princess Mononoke, there's a definite conflict going on.
This one was more like you're following I forget the main dude's name, but you're following his life, and it's just kind of like going on the journey with him.
It's during World War II, correct?
Yes.
He's
yes.
He's a plane designer, or
he engineers. He's a plane engineer for Japan in World War II, which makes the film even like this weird, vague feeling because he compares planes and building them to like art and how like how grand, like how grandiose it is, and you think about it's like, wow, he's making planes look beautiful even though these were death machines against America.
It's a juxtaposition of it.
Exactly.
And that's another thing is there's a lot of action in Miyazaki films, but he is very anti-war.
Yeah.
And
it was interesting.
There is a very stark contrast from like, you know, these beautiful battle scenes that he has, and you look at the resulting effects of these conflicts, and you could tell that he definitely does have a very anti-war sentiment. I mean,
you never actually really saw it. I mean, you saw like his dreams of it, and sometimes like some. I think at the very end there were some aftermath like images that he kept in his head, but yeah, it was really just following the guy. By the voice acting was great. Joseph Gordon-Levitt was the main character.
JGL was the main character.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
He was the main character. He did great.
Interesting.
John Krasinski from The Office, he plays Jim, was like his best friend. The voice of it.
Dude, that's awesome.
No
Yeah,
shit.
and I think Emily Blunt was the love interest. Yeah, good.
Now,
good voice
so
acting.
you went to go watch it with your girlfriend, right?
Yes.
So, like, I know that you watched a lot more animes than her. How did she like it, being somebody that's kind of outside of that?
She likes Miyazaki, but you know, she likes Spirited Away, and she actually liked Ponyo. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I think like some films, like I know Arrietty was just like The Borrowers, and like I know my friend Kurt like didn't like that one just because it was like it wasn't as like creative as some of the other ones. He liked Ponyo. I just didn't really care for the story, but it was still cute.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was definitely cute. But you're right. Something about Ponyo, I was.
To me, nothing will beat Mononoke Hime though, because holy shit, as a kid when I watched that, like they had like a special limited release that I remember my dad took me to, and that first moment where the boar is coming out and he's all like cursed and shit, that scared the shit out of me as a kid. I had to leave the theater, and then I came back in, and then the next thing I saw was like the fucking like the death god, like the ooze touching the people and they just fucking die. I'm like, oh fuck. But then I watched it in high school. I'm like, this is fucking badass and it's a beautiful story. And
yeah. And you know the wind rises. It's very, I don't know. It's slow moving. But I think everyone will really enjoy it. You just go out of it feeling good. It's very hard to
describe.
Yeah,
that's what I've been hearing. And this is Miyazaki's last film.
Yeah.
Which is like,
that's
sucks.
huge.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like I grew up on Miyazaki films, Totoro and like Kiki's.
I think for last film, this was a great send off. I really do.
Really cool. Anything else, man?
Fucking Twitch Crystal version ended.
Oh, we'll have that in the later in the show.
Yeah, watch Cosmo. I got a job interview today. Well,
an
editing internship interview.
Where at?
With this production company called Laney Entertainment that makes this Emmy-nominated web series called The Bay, which Preston, I believe you worked on.
I worked on, that was a soap opera I spoke about, I think, last podcast. I was part of the G&E crew. You're going to be the editor. Mm-hmm. We're going to have the same boss.
Woo! That was a high five.
For people who don't know, G&E's Grip and Electric. They're the grunts.
It's Griffin. We're film students.
We do the heavy work and we're strong and masculine.
And then my guys sit at a computer and we go, doop, 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 done.
And then I just have the money and tell people what to do.
So you basically have the best job.
Pretty much, yeah.
Just the thing about film, though, is that the producers actually have the hardest job.
Oh, hell yeah. Definitely.
Because not only do you have to
They do the most
crew,
drugs.
You remember...
you have to deal with all the dealing with people. I couldn't do it.
For you guys who don't know, my senior thesis, Preston over here was my director of photography, and Corey was my producer, and Corey was stressed the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I went to the hospital afterwards. Although I blame David Cage for that in fucking Beyond Two Souls, but still. Yeah, it's an experience, man. Like, I don't know. I love interacting with people, so it's kind of the job for me. I need to start getting on that. Actually, I have been looking into interning at WWE. They have an office down here in California, and you know how big of a wrestling fan I am. I mean, I think it was about sophomore year of high school. I sent in a resume, and they're like, we would love to have you on because you have a lot of knowledge of how to run a show, and you understand the concept of how to do that, but you're like a sophomore. We need you to like
grow and find some
experience. So I think that's what I will try and strive to do as far as my first major internship goes. But yeah,
nice.
But back to you. Anything else, man? Because that's awesome. You have this interview coming up. Good luck to you, man.
Thank you.
And then once you get in there, like. You're gonna drop our names, you know?
Well, they already love Preston over there. I dropped his name to get the job.
That motherfucker. Oh, yeah.
But no, that's basically been my week. How you doing, Preston?
Good. I've had a very uneventful week. I actually just had to look at my calendar to remind myself what I did this weekend. I had to splurge, and we've been talking about that Pokemon deal for a while. Free Pokemon game given out by Nintendo. I purchased my Wii. Or, I'm sorry. Fuck. I purchased...
What? Take two.
I got distracted. I purchased a DS.
Woo! Woo!
And
one of us.
Right? It's something I should have done, I've been wanting to do like 7 years ago. Because I grew up with Pokemon, but I had to stop at Ruby and Sapphire because I never got a DS.
Oh man!
Oh, you know what?
You haven't played you haven't played Heart Gold or Soul Silver. You haven't played White and Black. You haven't played Pearl or Diamond.
I only have played. I've only played Heart Gold. Oh no, I played Soul Silver due to an emulator that barely ran properly.
Well, I mean, you can play any of the older ones from like Ruby and Sapphire down. On an emulator, fine.
I could find an emulator for you for like Pearl and for White and Black. I could find those.
Yeah, just get like a Visual Boy one or.
Now they have it. I just rather.
Yeah, I get you.
That's true.
You got the newest one.
Interestingly, my one of my friends I was talking to yesterday said he just sold or he hasn't sold it yet, but up on eBay he has his used version of Ruby up for about $45 right now. That's pretty cool.
Whoa!
Like right for used. And That's like retail price
All right,
back when it came out.
Anyone who's buying, be careful. My Ruby and Sapphire, the battery has died already. The internal battery is dead.
Wow, really?
So I think they're starting to go around for all of them. So if you're buying, buyer beware of that. It's actually pretty. From what our friend David Guttel has told me, it's actually pretty easy to change the battery.
Oh, right.
On one of those guys. But if you're not like tech savvy and you prefer not to, just be careful.
Yeah, and I mean it's again, it's not hard to find emulators for it either.
Oh yeah, definitely.
My fingers smell like eggs.
I thought you were going somewhere else with that.
Yeah, me too.
Ew.
Like vagina eggs?
No.
Preston, what else have you been doing?
Really not much. Last night had my little Star Wars D&D session.
Ooh.
Dude, that sounds bomb. I remember you mentioned that last podcast.
Yeah. Everyone has been super busy, so we can only do it like once every 3 weeks now. But it's just a lot of fun. I play the medic role, and it's just.
Were you a black medic?
I am a kill medic.
A kill medic?
A kill.
Here, I'll help you out. See, poison.
It's KHIL. It's like a race in Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
They're like, it's like I'm Zoidberg. I'm like a squid.
I'm
person
just
with tentacles.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like not Plo Koon. There was another. There's a bunch of senators in one of the Star Wars movies that look like them.
I bet like business is hard to get as a kill medic.
Yeah.
People are like, hey,
Man, that elevator must smell when you walk into just a room full of them.
And like I said last time, I don't know anything about Star Wars, so I play this, and all I do is just jack my shit up with drugs, and I don't know a thing. So, how are you? Yeah, how are you?
It's if you didn't notice, it's we're actually doing this a lot earlier than usual. That's why I sound kind of mellow. That's why Preston can't speak. Well, he can't speak anyway.
Podcast! And I'm a morning person!
Well, I am too, but I had actually a late night last night. Had a couple of friends over. We watched all the latest animated Disney movies. So we watched Tangled, Wreck-It Ralph, and Frozen.
Nice.
There's now YouTube footage of me doing Let It Go with another guy. Well, now they know. Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. With full on choreography. I ain't even mad. Let it go, as in the shame.
Did you guys practice the choreography before? Like what?
No, it was kind of spontaneous, but also at the
see.
same time, like it was on the TV, and like we just kind of followed what was going on. But yeah, that was last night. That was really cool. Other than that,
How are you, Patrick?
Patrick isn't our only follower now.
No
my
way.
friend Carrie,
Hi, Carrie!
my friend Carrie from San Jose, she, I haven't spoken to her in a while, just because of the distance, and we had, like, this 7-hour Skype session, where she was just, like, congratulating us on our podcast.
That's awesome!
And she says that she doesn't have a Twitter, but she is the only other person subscribed on YouTube, so she is our first YouTube subscriber. Woo!
First YouTube subscriber.
Told her I'd give her a shout out, and actually, something that we've kind of all been talking about, but she, is into gaming and has been considering doing a Twitch stream.
Oh,
and
nice.
I think I mentioned last podcast that we met up with my friend Aya, who has a pretty big following on Twitch.
Uh-huh.
And I think we've talked about this, guys, that maybe we might do our own little Twitch channel and do some playthroughs
have a
and
let's
stuff.
play.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty fun.
Is she cute?
What? Wait, who are we talking about now?
Your friend?
Carrie?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty cute.
You hear that, Carrie? Corey thinks you're cute.
Dude, Preston has this like skeeziest smile right now.
But yes, I would. A Twitch thing would fun.
Yeah, I think it would be really cool. And then she kind of was like, "You have any suggestions?" And I'm like, "Well, I think we just need to figure out like what both of our respective groups want to do. So, if you guys want, you could hit us on Twitter to see if you want to give us any suggestions of what we'd like to do, what you'd like to see from us.
You can also ask us anything at hashtag what's
Epic,
okay, you know what,
Epic
Preston, we're
Nerdcast?
gonna give this to Eric. What is that Twitter?
It is at Epic Nerdcast. That's EPC, no I, EPC Nerdcast.
All right, excellent. Preston, you're fired. We just gotta find another guy with a P for a name.
podcast?
Podcast.
Patrick.
Yeah, bring that guy on. Let's see, other than that, What else have I done? Jeez, it's kind of early.
Corey pinched my nipples because I'm not wearing green.
Oh yeah, that's right. It is St. Patrick's Day.
Woo! Am I the only Irish one actually in the room?
Yeah.
No, I am full-blooded Irish. You didn't know this?
You
Can't see by my pale skin and my flowing red hair.
I can tell by that red glow you get when you're drinking.
I always have that red glow, man.
I'm actually only an eighth Irish, but I'll take it. So
Counts.
Woo!
Actually, my friend Carrie is Japanese, Irish, Mexican, and Native American.
Wow.
So she can hold her liquor, but at the same time,
that's a cool
horrible consequences. But other than that, I guess I played some more 101. There's a moment where it turns into Punch-Out, and it's amazing. I was not expecting. There was so much more to the Wonderful 101 than just the basic concept of superhero Pikmin.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I can't stress it enough. I'm gonna plug it every damn chance I get.
Well, that's cool.
Buy it, nerds!
Buy it! Buy it!
I think that was about my week.
Give Nintendo money because they need it.
Oh yeah, I just read an article, or maybe it was something on Reddit. I don't know. I can't differentiate anymore.
Because you said it's on Reddit, I know exactly what you're gonna say.
It was basically like if Nintendo had a $250 deficit every year, it could last up to the year 2050.
Oh yeah, because they're going into
million.
250 million.
I think I brought this up during episode 0 where I talked about the current state of Nintendo and the fact that they dipped into their war chest.
Yeah.
And they said that they have a large amount of money in their war chest, but at the same time you don't want to dip into that.
But at the same time, it sounds like if it's 2014 and then it's 2052, that means it's gonna be 46. It would be 46 years, so 46 times 250 million. That's what 10 billion. That's 10 billion in the war chest.
Probably something like that. I mean, it's a huge. It's a Zaibatsu. It's fucking huge, man. And I think on the Super Best Friend cast, they were talking about an article that they saw saying that the Wii U isn't as bad off as people are giving it shit for because it just surpassed the Japan Xbox 360.
Wow.
In terms of sales.
Wow.
Then again, the Xbox 360 didn't sell much.
I was gonna say their joke on there was that doesn't really show that the Wii U is selling. It's wow, we didn't know that the Xbox was selling that bad in Japan. I think I am happy with my Wii U purchase. I mean, I got the special edition.
I am not happy.
Well, I mean, that's you're having one problem. That's what Netflix.
It's the internet. Well, it's not Netflix. It's also internet. The games can't go on the internet.
Really, that's interesting because, maybe it's because I have a newer one. When did you buy yours?
I got it for Christmas. Only 3 months ago.
Wait, did you buy it or were you given it?
I was given it.
Well, then fuck you. You can't say shit.
Well,
still counts.
Whatever.
I have to take a leave of absence really quick.
Okay, so let's start talking shit about him.
Actually,
Hey,
yeah.
what's up? Bye.
This is the sounds of Eric trying to get out of Preston's apartment, which is rather nice. It's kind of small, but it's I guess it's got decent acoustics. It sounds different than we were actually recording in a soundstage last week.
Being somewhat professional.
Well, trying to be, except for Preston had to take a shit continuously.
Wait, let's try to listen in on Eric's conversation.
I think he said something about herpes.
No, nothing.
Yeah, I think I heard herpes though.
The test came back positive, doc.
It came back fucking Magic Johnson positive.
Magic. Wait, there's a distinction between positive and Magic Johnson positive?
I'm not just positive. I'm Magic Johnson positive.
Is that from South Park or something?
I think I'm butchering it from South Park.
I was gonna say that doesn't sound familiar at all.
And that's actually for HIV or whatever. I am tired. I need more coffee. I had
Yeah.
And apparently there was a fucking earthquake that happened, but I had no idea that it happened.
Yeah, I had no idea. It's apparently 4.4.
Yeah, which I don't I don't know if anybody's listening out of state, but I mean, it's not that big, but it's one of the bigger ones that we've had in a while. And I just like how the rest of the world views this. California's complaining about everything because there was that article that we were freaking out about 2 inches of rain, and then everybody else on the East Coast was what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Well, just imagine in downtown LA if there was a speck of snow, especially on those freeways.
Well, that last. I was gonna say the last heavy rain that we had hail, didn't we? I think I heard that we had hail in some
A
areas.
little bit, but I mean, you know, roads aren't gonna freeze with hail.
But still, that's just like, the fuck is that? What is this? What is this demon magic?
Hi everybody. Hi everybody. I'm also back.
Hi, Eric.
Apparently my car's leaking again, which I just got it fixed like a couple months ago.
Anal leakage.
So I guess it's not
from the
fixed.
tailpipe.
Leaking.
I
what
think
exactly?
I think coolant is what was
Well,
leaking
that's
last
not
time.
good.
Yeah, so I might have to push back my interview till tomorrow.
Oh no.
That's okay. They said I can make an interview for Tuesday. I think they'd understand. Also, we just got my dad a new car, so we have an extra car at the moment. So I'm kind of set a little bit. I just gotta check.
God does not want you to get this job.
Wow. Hey, but if they listen, if they think I'm bullshitting, they can listen to this and be like, "Hey, oh, okay, you weren't."
Yeah,
You're talking about
he's
it on the podcast."
enthusiastic, but then at the same time, it's like, wow, this guy's a fucking dumbass.
I didn't know it was. Goddamn. Oh yeah, they will. I will try to fucking section off this one moment in the podcast so they don't hear.
It's just
the-
all bleep.
so they don't get the vagina egg comment.
That was.
God damn it.
All right. Well, with
Yeah.
that, I guess we will go into our first segment of general entertainment news. Last week we talked about the TV show Cosmos: A Space-Time Odyssey. I believe they just had their second episode last night.
Yes, their second episode.
Tell me about it.
Am I the only one who watched it?
Yep.
I was watching Frozen and being stupid.
All right. Well, it was so last week was about the Milky Way and of course about like the creation of the universe because it's the first episode and they have to start there. Last night's episode was all about evolution. It was about like life and how life started and how life changes. And they started off with a really
Eric, evolution isn't real.
well, actually, Neil deGrasse Tyson at the very end of the episode, he says straight out, it's like, a lot of people claim, evolution is just a theory, and a lot of people see that as, because it's a theory, it's just an opinion, but it's not. It's scientific fact as a theory. And it's like, okay, gotcha, Neil deGrasse Tyson, which I totally believe. I can see why some people are going to get mad at him for that. But it was very interesting. The opening segment was about dogs and how we, dog breeding was the first, like, human-involved evolution, like artificial evolution.
Oh yeah, because like you breed if like I want a little teacup poodle, you breed that shit down like.
Apparently, we've done all that. Like all the breeds of dogs have been done in only like the last like 10 or 20,000 years. It's been like that short a time.
I was gonna say there's a great segment if you watch Rick and Morty. If anybody watches the show Rick and Morty, there was a great episode where that comes into light and it's fucking hilarious.
Oh, where the dogs? Oh yeah,
yeah,
they
take
robots,
over. Yeah. Rick gives Morty's family like that mind enhancing helmet for their dog, and it gets fucking bonkers.
It becomes self-aware and it calls itself Snowball because it's never
It's
go
so
watch
light
it.
and pretty. It is a great show. Again, it's Dan Hartman from Community, and then who's the guy from Adventure Time?
Fuck, I forget the guy. The guy who does Adventure Time. Though,
He's Lemon Grab and whatever.
Yeah.
But the melding of the minds for both of them, it's fucking amazing. If you like wacky sci-fi humor.
Did you watch the latest one?
Yes, I did.
It was fucking okay. Oh, you're right. Morty has a son. Morty gets
an alien son.
Morty gets an alien sex robot. And then he doesn't know that the robot is programmed to like for artificial insemination, so it makes this like robot or this half human, half alien breed that wants to rampage and kill people.
And meanwhile, Rick is taking Morty's sister on an adventure on their own, and they get to this very super feminine female planet that's kind of reminiscent of like the Amazonians in Futurama, with snoo.
So many slams towards women on that too. Like
it's great.
All the men are very primitive and violent, and they're only used for breeding, and all the women are very like intellectual and like they have like mind powers and stuff.
Like real life.
Like real life, exactly. But like the women have this society where they're always like everyone says like their hellos and their goodbyes are translated into "I'm here if you need to talk."
Yeah. It's hilarious.
And like the ultimate like punishment is just like shunning.
Yeah. Oh,
like,
they give him the cold
society.
shoulder. Yeah.
Exactly. It's really like
it's great.
It's,
yeah. Don't go into spoilers. Just I would say like the season for Rick and Morty is like 5 or 6 episodes. So like go watch that. Go find it somewhere. I think Adult Swim has the episodes up. So just go watch it. It's really good. So what else happened in the show? Cosmos?
a lot more really awesome graphics. A lot more just talking about how like polar bears came to be and random mutations leading to natural selection. How the theory of life starting. Actually, I just heard something today that it's not part of Cosmos, but it's science-y.
Oh, okay.
They are. Did you guys remember how they found a very like well-preserved woolly mammoth?
Yes.
Yeah. So apparently they have gotten like the test results back from the blood and the tissue. It's very good.
Can possibly do Jurassic Park style.
What they're gonna do is they are gonna take an Asian elephant's egg and they're gonna put the DNA in the egg.
Oh god, now there's gonna be billions of them.
It's gonna be well, I imagine it's gonna be kind of like a mule. It's gonna be like a
a meal.
A mule, like
a mule.
You know how a donkey and a horse make a mule.
Okay.
So I don't think it's gonna be able to breed. Yeah, I think that might be the problem because it's not gonna be a full blood wool. It's gonna be half woolly, half Asian elephant.
Huh. Interesting.
But the fact that the tissue is so well preserved is incredible. They said, and I quote, after 43,000 years, the DNA and the tissue is better preserved than a human that's been dead for 6 months and buried for 6 months.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Just because of where it was found?
Yeah, and I think in the ice somewhere.
Yeah, it was frozen and preserved well.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So we might get to see a woolly mammoth in our time.
Thank God.
Isn't it kind of like not to get kind of deep on you guys, but philosophically, isn't it kind of weird how in a time period when we can bring species back to life, we're in like one of the biggest natural disaster, like humans are like the making the sixth biggest extinction event happen. Like there have been 5 huge extinction events in the history of life.
Oh, well, like I feel, yeah. I mean, I feel like if anybody's watched The Matrix, Agent Smith has this big like soliloquy, or not soliloquy, but he has this big speech about how like humans are a virus, and like that is very true. Like we just destroy.
Yeah,
I mean,
we really do. That's what I say. I mean, human beings are the 6th great extinction event of life.
Oh yeah.
So in a time where we can bring life back, we're just destroying it a lot, and it's kind of getting preachy a little bit.
Everyone likens the human race and being on Earth and the global warming to the Earth having a fever.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna segue real quick into something that came up.
Segue.
It's actually part of the Get Hype section, but Gareth Edwards, the director of Godzilla, he recently did a Q&A, and he was kind of talking about the elements of the movie, and he was saying, one thing that we want to do is we want to make Godzilla we want to bring him back to being a natural, like pretty much a natural disaster. He is the Earth's defense against us, kind of thing, trying to wipe the slate clean, and I'll go more into it later on, but I thought that was a really cool point because really we haven't seen Godzilla be a force of nature in a while. It's just been more like, experimentation gone wrong, or he's just another big fucking monster.
Yeah. I mean, they say in the preview that like the tests, like the atomic bomb tests passed were meant to kill it, right? Like those, it's not like he's a result of radiation.
What the original one was is there were atomic bomb tests in the Pacific, and it awoke him from his deep slumber. There are some movies that retcon that, and I think one of the premises for this one was that there were more radioactive tests in the Pacific many years prior, and everybody thought it was just tests, but in reality they were just trying to kill this thing.
Yeah.
That had come up. So I don't know that. Again, I'm super hyped for that. Oh my god, it's coming out.
I'm excited for a year now.
Yeah,
for more than a year, dude.
Keeps talking and talking. I know you guys hate Cloverfield, but
I don't mind it.
Okay.
I don't like the movie itself.
There is I love the little things, but there are a bunch of one single frames of monsters, including Godzilla hidden throughout the film.
I'm fine. I'm cool with the concept of the monster film. I just don't like the way it was executed.
Well, there's the very last shot I love because you get very minuscule little dot falling into the ocean and like that no one saw for a little while that's
spoilers again.
Oh right, well
well the movie's
been
no
out.
One's ever
that's true. It's been out for 8 years. God damn it. But that was like the monster egg falling into the ocean. I love shit like that. That's awesome.
See, this is why you should be hyped for Godzilla because this one is actually going to be done really. Oh well, you know what? I guess I'll bring this up and we can talk about it later. Not only did Garrett Edwards talk about like how Godzilla was, but the narrative is going to be very character driven. Mm-hmm. It's not going to be focusing on Godzilla fighting monsters. It's the humans and what they do in the face of such a natural disaster.
Good.
Additionally, I mean, and look at the cast too: Ken Watanabe, Bryan Cranston. It's gonna be fucking amazing. Also, he stated that he does not want to bring back any of the Toho monsters like that have been done before. They're creating an all-new monster for Godzilla to fight, so that'll be really cool to see.
Like what, Mothra? Or was Mothra?
That was a Toho monster, but from what people have said, because they've seen some images and stuff, that it looks very like insectoid. And
do they need to have Godzilla fighting another monster?
I think it's supposed to be okay. So there was this Dark Horse comic that I read. It was a Godzilla one. I really liked it because it kind of westernized the Godzilla stories. In that one, it said that like every like millennia there would be like an awakening that would cleanse the earth, and there would be these three monsters that would be the harbingers of doom.
Oh,
and so it was like Godzilla.
Pokemon. It's like Pokemon.
Kind of, yeah. Groudon.
Wait,
and
so
Kyogre.
why would Godzilla fight one of the other monsters then?
I'm not sure. We don't know what the premise is for the other monster coming in, because I think it was called Age of Monsters was the comic like subtitle, Godzilla Age of Monsters or King of Monsters or whatever, and it was just this resurgence of these monsters reappearing, and I don't know. I feel like that's kind of what it could be going towards, like. Humanity is fucked with the earth so much that it has its own like natural defense. But I don't know. That looks really cool. South by Southwest Film Festival, they actually screened the original Godzilla in 35 millimeter, and
cool.
that man, I love that movie. And I would have loved to see it like shot on its original film format. It would have been so cool.
Can I ask you a question? Mm-hmm. There's like a mecha like. Godzilla,
oh, Mecha
right?
Godzilla, yeah.
What's the story behind that?
The story behind that is, there's various stories. Like, one is, like, aliens who've been studying Godzilla. There's another one where, like, humans built a Mecha Godzilla as a defense against it.
He joined Super Smash and just got a medal. Fucking one of the metal suits.
Fucking,
he Smash Ball.
He digivolves into Metal Godzilla.
Digimon, digital monsters,
Digimon
are the champions!
Cool. Oh man, I could drop that shit in a heartbeat, man, if you want me to. But yeah, after they showed the original 35, they actually showed some scenes from the new Godzilla movie, and people have been saying like, oh my god, like the story is focusing on characters and whatnot, but the visuals are focusing on amazing CGI. Like it looks breathtaking.
Nice.
And
so IMAX.
Yeah, like man, they're saying this is gonna be amazing.
Nice.
Yeah. More stuff out of Japan. Going back to the general news section. Did you hear what Japan is doing for the 2014 World Cup?
Pikachu.
Yep, their mascots are Pokemon.
It's about goddamn time.
So now that begs the question: if you're gonna have Pokemon on your soccer team, who would you have on it?
Actually,
Hitmonlee.
I mean that's like a given. So.
I played Pokemon and soccer. I played soccer as a kid, and one year our teams, like for the entire like AYSO club, was Pokemon themed.
Nerd.
Our team was the Sandslashes. So.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, if you're gonna get a Pokemon, Sandslash is pretty cool.
Sandslash is pretty. So I would say Sandslash.
But I mean,
because I have the trophy for it.
Well, I mean, like who would you have as like your goalie, your strikers, your?
Oh shit! Are we talking like all Pokemon or 100 like original 100?
I don't know. Like let's want to skip simple 150.
Oh, 150. Snorlax.
Snorlax is your goalie because he's as big as the goal.
No. I want my goalie to be Mr. Mime.
Oh, better.
Shit!
Okay, Fords are definitely like the Ford has to be like Alakazam and Kadabra. Like do the psychic types for the Ford because they can fucking weave it around. They can just pick it up and throw it.
Well, but I guess that's true as long as they're not using their hands to touch the ball.
They're using their psychic powers.
Everyone aside.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking Haunter and Gengar could also go through them. They should be the midfield.
But then they can't kick the ball. It's like, huh? Oh, it goes right.
They could do it whenever they want. Yeah.
Actually, I would say if we're going more gens, have Hitmontop in there somewhere. Maybe playing.
Oh hell yeah.
Maybe playing D.
And Hitmonlee. Hitmonlee would have to be like Hitmonlee's like the sweeper. Like he has.
Oh yeah.
Sweeper is the defense, by the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, sweeper. Sweep. There's the defense is there's the right and the left, and then there's a sweeper in back, middle, and stopper in forward, middle, and those are your defense.
But are you gonna really buy it if you have like a fucking ride on and somebody slide tackles him and then he stays on the ground for 2 minutes because he's in pain? I think that'd be the other way around.
It would be hard to take dives. You're right. Fucking U2 would have to be in there. Yeah, I want all the psychic types to be in there.
Okay, that might be a little OP though. I mean,
yeah, well, of course it's OP. Yeah. Fuck. All right. So if you take out psychics, except for Mr. Mime Frugoli, yeah, definitely Hitmonlee would have to. Hitmonchan, fuck him. He would suck. He'd always handball.
Unless he is a goalie.
Yeah, unless he is the goalie.
You know, just.
Fuck. Who? I want to.
Oh! As another substitute goalie, Machamp. You got 4 arms.
Machamp would Machamp would be awesome. I would say Butterfree, so he can make all of your opponents fall asleep or like paralyze them.
This isn't even getting into soccer anymore. This is just a straight-on Pokemon battle with just a ball.
Yeah, of course.
The ball would just be a Voltorb, just
that would just
sudden death would explode.
take the shit out of it.
It's not a Voltorb. It is a Jigglypuff from the top.
Oh yes. Fucking that was in that School of Hard Knocks episode, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I remember like Ash was talking like mad shit.
Fucking James is an idiot. Who's this Pokemon? Oh, it's a Pokeball, of course. That's not a goddamn Pokemon. Stupid James.
I like James. James is hilarious.
That episode with him and his Growlithe.
Oh yeah. See, I like James. And just like, in the Pokemon manga, not the one that everybody like thinks is OP. There's another one called Pikachu's Adventures or whatever, and or the Electric Tale of Pikachu. And he and Jessie actually get married, and the final panel with them is Jessie pregnant.
Wow.
Which a lot of people who like ship that pair were like, this is fucking canon, like this is like, OTP, and like, that was pretty cool.
Explain to me what canon and OTP means.
OTP means one true pairing, where like it's sometimes it's fanon, where like the fans make up the canon for it, where it's like, no, these are like what's like one that you would know. Ash and Misty. That's one big OTP.
Well,
like, one true pairing.
They remember in Pokemon 2000 they had that little moment.
Right,
where,
but the thing
like,
is,
he'll have me. He doesn't need anyone else. Like, oh.
Yeah, but it's like they're not together.
I know.
It's like unspoken. It's that's the Japanese trope. But it's like they're never gonna get together.
Well, it's like Eric and I.
Yeah. It's
That's the OTP of this show.
I'm not giving up, Preston. We'll be together one day. This is the sound of our hands touching. Oh.
Oh, jeez. That's just a little creepy. Well, why don't we take a little early word from our sponsors?
The Epic Nerdcast is brought to you by Corey, Eric, and Preston because we make it.
And it is also brought to you by the Nakachan Life blog.
Anal leakage. See, Corey, it's not fun when another guy does it, is it?
Vagina eggs.
I was talking to my dad about my car troubles, and Corey just yells anal leakage.
We're not talking about your anal leakage, Eric. We're talking about the Nakachan Life vlog. Do you guys like Japanese food?
I do, but it gives me anal leakage.
That's Chinese. Anyways, if you guys want to know exactly where to eat the best Japanese food around the South Bay, just go visit the Nakachan Life blog. She's got a bunch of pictures and instructional videos of how to do stuff with Japanese food.
Now, when you say South Bay, where is that exactly?
I'm gonna kill you. This is brought to you by the Nakachan Life blog. Die, Preston.
Anal leakage. Have you guys ever heard of the copy paste game? It's like a game to play with friends. So basically, you're hanging out with your friends, and someone says an innuendo. You say like, Corey just said that we just plugged my sister's thing. So innuendo, talking about it's your sister again. Whoops, it's a sister. Anyway, Corey was talking. So basically, someone says an innuendo, and you say copy. And if they don't say delete before you say copy after saying innuendo, you say paste at whatever time, and they have to repeat that innuendo. So say you just said plug in my sister's thing, and I said copy. As soon as I said paste, anywhere at any time, you'd have to say it.
Like, okay, so it doesn't necessarily be immediately after that.
No, could be anytime.
So it's meant to make it out of context.
Exactly.
What if you don't like remember it?
I know. Actually, that's one of the
That
biggest
doesn't
flaws
really,
of the game.
like-
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's actually me and my girlfriend are playing it, and that's the one problem we're having with
I
it.
think she's just doing it to fuck with you, man.
I
don't think it's a game. I think she just wants to fuck with you, man.
She is evil.
Yeah, that pillow is just
And
the most evil
imaginary.
thing.
You've both met her multiple times.
Did we?
before.
I don't know. I was pretty fucked up during that day.
No, I don't remember. I remember some kind of like squirrel that was about yay tall.
I don't know why a squirrel gets into this. I thought it was a pillow.
Hey,
You
you're a
guys are saying
freaky
it
thing,
was.
man. You're into
I'm a
freaky
freaky
things.
It's true. Knows how to hold the nuts. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Hey,
That's
your
my
thing.
stick,
That's
you
your- yeah, I'm
motherfucker.
sorry.
Warm for winter.
Okay,
Anyways.
well, let's go into some more news. So today, which is March 17th, I believe,
St. Patty's Day.
Yeah!
Corned beef and cabbage. That's my best.
I think none of us hit that Irish
No.
dialect.
Right now at
accent.
Ralph's, cabbage is 35 cents a pound.
Wow.
Huh?
It's store for
What
winter.
just about cabbage?
Just like Eric's nuts.
He just doesn't shave.
Yeah.
I mean, he really doesn't.
Hey.
He shouldn't.
How would you guys know?
Come on, man.
We've seen you shave,
Come on.
man.
And you guys haven't had a problem with it before. It's like the Zohan, remember? It's all about the bush. It's
The
not
bush.
It's not about the sides, it's about the bush.
I mean, I've been needing to floss anyway, so.
Do
Oh.
you remember, okay, I know we talk about Stephen Lynch a lot, but Medieval Bush?
I do not.
You haven't heard Medieval Bush?
I haven't heard Medieval Bush.
It's off of his,
I really
his
haven't
album
even
from
listened
like,
to Stephen Lynch because I think it's a white thing.
the album's like
Definitely
5
one
years
thing.
old, but I think it's his newest one. It's called Medieval Bush, and it's fantastic. I'm gonna play it for you.
Alright.
Not now, but how does it fucking go? It's as prickly as a Christmas wreath. Think it may hide some baby birds beneath. It is beastly and unruly, and it smelleth of patchouli.
Okay, you
and I
sing any
don't
more,
think
we can get
they
copyrighted
mind
for
it. I
this
know.
and get it taken off YouTube.
This is the second time I've sung David
I
Lynch
know.
on the song too. Stephen Lynch show.
Oh man, fuck David Lynch. David Lynch is I made the bad game. Okay, so kind of going off of David Lynch, going into some game news. Today was the start of the Game Developers Conference, or GDC. It's a conference expo where a bunch of game developers come together. Some big names right now are Microsoft, and I know that some of the bigger things that are going to be coming up during this conference during the week is a lot of people pushing like iOS games. Now, Eric, I think you were mentioning something on the App Store.
Yeah, so we mentioned in episode 0, in the hidden episode 0, not on our real channel, but on my channel, that Flappy Bird is having these, a lot of these copies made after it, a lot of parodies of it, especially like after it's been taken off, people have been using these as substitutes. Now on the App Store, Appster at the Napster App Store, is Brave Bird. Hold on, let me pull it up right now. Is Brave Bird Flap Again? It's another Flappy Bird like parody, and it looks exactly the same.
Right, it's like
It's
the crazy thing is it's like I think we discussed in episode 0, the iOS the iTunes store is supposed to be cracking down on imitations, and this one is a blatant imitation.
There was nothing different about
Let me
it.
tell you one thing, though. A new Flappy Bird knockoff is being uploaded to the App Store, one every 25 minutes.
I
Are you
would
serious?
not doubt
That is hilarious. But this one, it's the same exact design. I mean, it's the same. I mean, before the birds were a little different, or they are dodging different things. No, it's the same looking bird with the same looking background and the same like Mario pipes.
I feel like it's just a different color scheme for the bird, right?
No, I mean the color scheme. It's the exact same.
Oh my god, it is the exact
It's
same.
the exact fucking. I just downloaded it.
I've never actually played Flappy Bird. Give it to me.
Does it sound the same? It's the same sounds. Oh, but there are coins now. Oh,
Honestly,
there are little coins you
it's those seriously,
Here,
it's those
I'll
pump
give you
and
the
dump
original
iOS
Flappy
games
Bird.
where it's like not it's not a great game, but it's just so addictive, and you make it's a fad for like a month or two. They make so much money off it, and then you're just fucking out. And like it doesn't take anything to make these games.
It really doesn't. I'm just confused how these guys don't get away. Like this is blatant copyright.
I know.
It's blatant. Like it's not even like they did nothing different except for add little coins in the middle. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that.
Well, let's see how long it stays up there. We should have like a segment where we see how long it takes for a Flappy Bird imitation to get taken down.
Well, the poor guy who created Flappy Bird, he's being hounded by Shit, I got 5. He's being hounded by paparazzi.
Oh yeah, and like it really did destroy his simple life, like we have stated before. And man, like it's amazing how like the same thing with like the people who did like fucking Bejeweled and Candy Crush.
King.
Like fucking like you can make these games maybe on even Excel and you make a shitload of money.
As long as it's like colorful enough and has like
exactly, or as long as you can buy enough popularity, like the Flappy Bird guy did, allegedly.
No, we should do that.
We should make an app.
We should buy popularity.
Yeah, we technically can. That's the fucking Facebook thing.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
No, we're not getting anything out of this right now. So like, I don't.
I put in. I was playing with that number on our Facebook group, like how much money you can donate to Facebook to have your advertisement. You could I put in like $50 million. You could have it sent to like 60 billion people. Like their math is just so weird.
They'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
I think for only $5 we get to like a couple thousand people. I think that's what they're like for only $5. That didn't sound too bad.
I mean, but that's stuff like those side banners, right?
Yeah.
Who looks at those?
Nobody.
I mean, occasionally if it's like, why am I getting stuff about like ultra contraceptives?
Yeah,
like what the fuck?
My girlfriend's been getting stuff about breast enlargement. She's been taking that personally.
Preston, though, I was sending those. I'm sorry.
Is there something you're trying to say?
I'm trying to say they're going to the wrong person. Preston, your chest is small.
But
they're not for Caitlin, they're for you.
But
look, I know you think that the flat chest is a good look on you. It's not. You need to be full.
Yeah, that's reserved for Asians.
If I had tits, I would not leave the house.
The fact that you don't have tits is why I leave your house.
I would be churning butter all day, every day.
just giving yourself a personal tit job. Let's get off of this subject. Going back with game developers, Kotaku recently did a piece on Peter Molyneux. Preston, you're a big Peter Molyneux fan, aren't you?
No.
No?
Not really. I know of him.
I do not know of him, actually.
Oh, he's creative mind behind, like, Dungeon Keeper and Fable.
Oh, okay.
Like,
got it.
Did he do Psychonauts? That's not him.
No, it's Tim Schafer.
Tim Schafer, okay.
If I recall, he was head of Lion's Head? Was that the one?
I honestly... Shit. Game developers, I
can't
don't know.
think today. Well, anyways, he's kind of had a long history of making... promises that he can't really keep, and the gaming community is getting like really pissed off at him lately. They become very disillusioned with him, and this interview was like super hard hitting, and I don't know, like the title is Peter Molyneux Cries for Gaming.
Well, what did they talk about?
Well, they just talked about like the fact that he has been making games. He's been a staple of the industry, but he's essentially a dreamer. Like he has all these grand ideas, and he makes all these promises that aren't. That realistically can't always be kept, and the media kind of gives him shit about it. And in this interview, he was saying what the biggest thing for his motivation is he wants to make games for his son because his son is a big gamer, and his biggest fear is making over promising something and disappointing his son. And it kind of made him emotional. And I don't know, the journalist that wrote it was like, we were wondering if this was like true emotion or if he was doing it for publicity. But another interesting fact that I found out is that if you type in Peter Molyneux into Google, the first result is Peter Molyneux lies. That's the first search result. But he kind of admits himself that he's a terrible PR person, and he doesn't know exactly, like his latest project, I think it's called Godus, and he says it's in alpha state, but he doesn't know exactly, and this has been going on for a while, and that's a lot of people have been giving him flack about this kind of stuff.
You were just about to say pre-production.
Was I?
Yeah. You said pre-alpha?
No, I was going to say pre-alpha, but I corrected myself and went with alpha.
You're right. It literally does say Peter... I just looked it up now. It does say Peter Molyneux?
Yeah, Peter Molyneux lies.
Molyneux lies, yeah. And then it's Peter Molyneux Cup and then Curiosity.
Well, like, another thing... Curiosity is one of the games that he does.
Oh, and it wasn't Cup. It says Cube. I don't know why I said Cup.
It's kind of sad. Like, I mean... Yeah, we give him a lot of shit, but he is a big name in the industry, and You know, if one of his quotes was saying that he'll never retire from the game industry. He's just gonna die. Which is kind of sad. And it's like, I mean, for all the shit that people give him, it is true. Like that when he does die, I hope that's sometime soon. There will that's gonna be a big article because like his contribution with like Dungeon Keeper and Fable have been huge. Curiosity is really good. Yeah, and I don't know, just an interesting article. Go check that out. It's on Kotaku. It actually came out little more than a week ago, about a week ago. It's just something that I wasn't able to hit last time on the podcast. And I'm Preston. I thought you were more of a Fable guy.
Really, honestly, I seem like I've never actually played it.
Oh, really?
No, none of them.
Oh.
I've always had a GameCube or a Wii, so I never.
Oh,
had a
you've been
chance.
Nintendo guy.
I really like Fable because like for a lot of role playing games, like I know we keep going back to Bethesda, but for Skyrim, you know, you kind of just you could either do good things or you could do bad things, but it doesn't really affect you at all. In Fable, you choose being good or bad, and when you go bad, you go like don't you grow horns or something?
Yeah, you look more demonic.
Yeah, exactly, and you could really like it's very immersive. Fable, I think. They do a good
Fable
job with those games.
1 is really good. The Fable 2 is really good too.
I like Fable 3 as well.
I like I was never a huge Fable player. I played 1, I played a little bit of 1, I played 2, and I was fine with 3. I mean, yeah, I can definitely tell that it's not the same. And I know like people were like, because that's where Molyneux left. I think he left,
it? Okay.
I think he left Fable 3.
Huh.
And you know, it didn't turn out correctly or something like that. I got to ask Dylan. Dylan knows more of the history of Peter Molyneux than I do, but yeah, like I don't think it was terrible. It's just not the same as the other two.
Yeah,
I thought it was fun, and then plus I got it for free on Xbox Live, so like fine, why not?
There you go.
Did you guys ever play The Witcher?
Yeah, I've played a little bit at my friend's house, but that's super immersive.
Witcher 1, Witcher 2 were amazing RPGs. Only due to the they had probably the best morality system, because like pretty much every decision, like every conversation you have leads up to something. And I mean, anything could be like, oh, you know, it ends up killing a character, ends up saving a character, and like you get close to some of these characters, and kind of like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Oh, no, I mean, I think that's the new thing in games is, you know, kind of building your own story kind of thing. Like the Telltale games are amazing.
Oh yeah.
Like The Walking Dead.
I love The Walking Dead.
Like
there are 2 coming out.
Clementine, one of the best children characters in games.
Absolutely.
Like, oh my god. Like season 2 is out. Go get that, especially if you played season 1.
Have you guys played the new
Wolf Among Us? Yes, I did. Wolf
good?
Among Us is another Telltale.
It looks really
series.
cool.
It is really cool. Plus, the Fable universe is awesome. Like, do you know anything about it?
Vaguely.
Okay, well, the game, The Wolf Among Us, is a Telltale game based off of a comic series called Fables, and the very basic premise of it is like the fairy tale characters have left their story, the storybook world, and are living in like urban cities like New York and stuff like that. And the game is very noir like. You play as in the comic or in the fairy tale, he's the big bad wolf, but in the game he's known as Big B Wolf. And it's really Big B. And it's really cool, super noir, plays just like the Walking Dead game, you know, walk around the environment, interact with stuff. Your conversations with the other characters determine, like a trope is, blank character will remember that.
Yeah, you know, the thing about The Walking Dead, I never really got a sense that your dialogue mattered much, except for like...
a lot of it doesn't. It gives more, like, context so that you can better decide on like the crucial moments.
Yeah.
Some of them do alter the story quite a bit.
Mostly just like if characters die now or will they die later. That's basically.
No, there's like also aesthetic things and like the way the game is played. Like I can't get into spoilers, especially with The Walking Dead, but there are like it's not major choices like say The Witcher, but it will affect how your story plays out. Yeah. So like put it this way, the reason why I gave David Cage so much shit is because games like Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls are on so many, like, they give you the illusion of control, when in reality you're on fucking rails. Yeah. Like, really, that's where your choices don't fucking matter.
Mass Effect 3!
Exactly.
Well, I mean, like Mass Effect 3, no matter what you do, the ending is going to be the same for Walking Dead. You still...
Like, okay, so like,
won't say
so
what the
so
ending
I'm
is, but-
like Heavy Rain. Going with Heavy Rain, the first time you play through that, you do fall for the illusion of choice, and it's honestly, I feel like out of the three games that have been out, Heavy Rain, Indigo Prophecy, and Beyond Two Souls, Heavy Rain is probably the. It's kind of sad to say, but it's the best one out of them, and it's not a great game. But like the first time you play through it, you're not really thinking about what's going on, and you're just playing the game. And then all you do is you talk about with your friends, like, oh, like what ending did you get? Who survived and whatever. But then when you go back and play again, it becomes so obvious that this game is on rails and that the story makes no fucking sense. There's so many huge plot points, and it's just a terrible story. And another thing is David Cage's creepy trope about female characters in horrible rape situations. And
Really?
oh yeah, like there's like
odd.
Madison Page, character from Heavy Rain. Like there are like 3 moments where it's like potential rape, and it's just like you know he has this fetish for just like having his female characters naked, and just like I don't know he puts things in the game because he wants them to be in the game, not so much that they should belong in there. And I think that's the big issue that I have with it. And I mean, I don't know. I would say if you're going to play any of them, play Heavy Rain, but then play the Telltale games and see exactly how that kind of story is done right.
You know the 2 Telltale games that are coming out?
No.
I have heard.
Yep, there's Tales of the Borderland, which is...
Oh, that's a Telltale game?
Yep, which
It's
is
coming out.
based off the Borderlands series.
And the next
Awesome.
one?
And the next one's going to be Game of Thrones.
Game of
What?
Thrones! Yeah!
What?
Yep.
So-
That sounds amazing!
So what I think
I didn't hear-
what
fuck.
I think they heard is they're gonna go off of they're not gonna touch like the stories in on the TV shows. They're gonna go with characters that were in the books and kind of do like offshoots of that, because I mean the Game of Thrones like universe is really immersive and like really
definitely,
big, so they have a lot to play with.
Now there's a game where your choices will fucking matter. Oh my god.
And then everybody will fucking die. Like, don't have a favorite character in that game.
No, Ned Stark is gonna live forever, I bet.
And then what I like about the Tales of the Borderlands games is that you're not playing the normal like mercenary who's good at like every weapon and can do like everything and magic superpowers. You're just an NPC.
Yeah.
And you start from there.
Interesting. Okay, so that seems like it's more open world than it is like linear gameplay.
It'll be a lot more immersive.
Telltale games are very linear, aren't they?
Yeah, well, I mean, they have a narrative. They have
Yeah.
a great narrative that the game is driven on. So that would be interesting. Where if it is more open world and it's more open to the player,
I don't think Telltale can do an open world game. I don't.
we'll see
it
what
won't be
happens.
open world.
Well,
It's
not
just-
open world, but I mean, it seems like it's gonna be. You have a little more freedom and control of what to do.
That would be
in the
awesome. It would be interesting because I mean, in the past, their games haven't been like that.
They,
It'd be interesting to
they
see
play
them.
as storybooks.
Yeah, which is
exactly,
like they're
exactly.
pretty much like visual novels.
Yeah,
almost, like
exactly.
interactive visual novels.
Exactly. So
Um,
seeing them like give us a little more choices and like a little bit more freedom would be cool. I would be interested to see how that plays out.
Yeah, no, I am excited for those two. Like I man, Telltale stock has like risen through the roof. And one thing that I love is that at the end of every chapter, they give a ratings poll of graphing your decisions compared
Oh,
to
yeah.
everybody else's.
Oh, that's so
like
cool.
like
Oh,
you know
yeah.
like and then that's how they tailor their next installment of the game, because what they want to do is they want to give you choices where you really have to decide, because when they see somebody or something where it's like 70% of the players chose to do this and 30% chose to do that, they don't like that. They'll say like, oh, that wasn't the best planned choice. They want it to be split more towards like 50-50, because you have a bigger split in the community, like, do I choose this or do I choose that? Like,
Okay. I have to ask you. You guys both played The Walking Dead first
Yes,
game, right?
yes, yes.
All right. Spoilers. Huge Walking Dead game spoilers.
okay.
If you haven't
Wait,
played-
hey, yeah. If you haven't played it, walk away for about maybe 3 minutes,
Yeah, 3 minutes or so.
or just go la 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 la.
Yeah. All right. Did you guys choose to shoot Duck?
Yes. No.
Or did you let the dad do it?
No. I shot him.
You shot Duck.
Oh, I forgot about that part.
Cause you know the kid. There's a little kid.
No. I'm sorry. I let Katja do it.
Yeah, so basically what you have to do is
Yeah.
when you're playing the game, you're traveling with this family, you know, two people, kind of southern hickish, and then their son who's kind of a little, he's cute, but he's a little moron.
He's a fucking retard.
So he gets bit, and then he's like dying, and you take him out, and basically you have to choose whether the character shoots him or you have his parents shoot him.
I had Kat to do it.
Yeah, I think I had Kat to do it because I let her have.
I felt it was right.
The power to do it. Who was the other one that I did a mercy killing for?
I think I let Katja do it too. If I remember correctly. No, I did it because I thought it'd be too hard to like let their parents do it. Yeah, I think I killed them. I killed the little kid.
Well, I mean, okay, wait then. Then what happens to Katja then? Because if I recall in the story, she kills Duck and then she commits suicide.
I think she still killed herself. I think she like walked off into the woods and then because she couldn't look at it and then she shot herself out there. I think that's what happened.
I think for me, this is just my perspective from it. I think it's more tragic for her to kill her son and then commit suicide.
Yeah, oh definitely. That's but I didn't know like that was an inevitability, so I just thought like, oh, I'll be humane. I don't want to make the parents do it. I'll fucking do it. And then
well, that's good because that is what Telltale wants. By the way, you can come back and start listening to the podcast.
Come back.
Baby, come back. You can blame it on me. I don't know how the rest of that goes.
Are you having an orgasm there? Well, anyways, I think one thing that Telltale does is they get you to think, what would I do in this situation? Not so much like, it really does immerse you. You really do feel these effects.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about it. Like, oh my god, the ending of Walking Dead of episode 1, fucking tears,
Jesus.
Man.
Jesus.
I was
Episode 1?
feeling.
Yeah,
episode 1.
Because it was the chapters, right? And then that was episode 1. Or
the episodes are bigger than the chapters.
The part, oh my god, and this, I don't want to go back into spoilers, but the part in the...
Spoilers again.
Well, no, I'm going to...
No. He's going to gloss over it.
I'm going to glaze over it, but in the farmhouse for...
Oh yeah!
Man!
I don't even need to say anymore.
Tough.
Yep.
That hit me hard.
Yeah, right.
Harder than anything else.
Jesus, yeah. Yeah.
And the cutest thing is like, it's like, that salt lick, it tastes nasty. Clementine, did you lick the salt lick? No. I fucking love Clementine. She's so adorable. And oh my god, the second season.
I haven't played it.
Oh my god,
No,
she is a fucking bamf.
Awesome. I haven't played it yet.
Holy shit. Like, I love the evolution of Clementine from when you first meet her to like now in the second season. So good.
I have to like take my PS3 out of storage because I played it all on PS3, so I can't get it for PC because then I won't have it in my.
Oh yeah.
And I also did the
500 days.
500 days.
Yeah, that was a really cool.
It was just, I think I only got one person to follow me at the end of that. I think I got one person to take my side.
So what was interesting was that Telltale released earlier what they were gonna do. What their prospective plan was gonna do was every month they would have a new chapter out. It would be 1 month Wolf Among Us, 1 month Walking Dead, 1 month Wolf Among Us, and then alternate. But unfortunately, the first month they kind of fucked that up already.
They've only come out with the first chapter of the second, right? Aren't they just about to come out with the second one? Or like they just
for what? For Walking Dead,
Dead,
season 2?
Yeah.
Well, number 2 either just came out or is coming out very shortly.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm. So they've been taking. Their time.
So it went. I think it went. Wolf Among Us 500 Days, Wolf Among Us 2, season 2 of Walking Dead, and so technically the next thing that's supposed to be up is Wolf Among Us season 3.
Okay. Well,
or not season 3, chapter 3. And I'm looking forward to that. But now if they include like Borderlands and Game of Thrones, like man, I wonder what their schedule's gonna be fucking like. I mean, if they can do it, fucking awesome. Cause like, holy shit, that's gonna be legit.
They're a pretty small company too, so they're gonna be stretched pretty thin.
Yeah, but I mean, the availability of these Telltale games on multiple platforms is really cool. Speaking of which, you can probably find them really cheap on Steam.
Oh yeah, probably. Well, depending on the Steam sale, I think like usually it's like $30 for Wolf Among Us.
Well, you know, we can play it on now. You can play it on the redesigned Steam controller.
Oh.
Have you seen pics of it? Let me see if I can.
have not yet. I'm excited to see it.
Where's my phone?
Feels all segue-y
So I was looking online, and they released the new redesign for the Steam controller. And the biggest thing to take away from it is they've taken out most of the touchpads and replaced it with traditional buttons. Now the stick looks like there's those sticks. There's still like kind of touchpads for where the sticks should be, but they have buttons on it. Here you go, Preston. That's what it looks like right there. Eric will probably put up a picture of it later. It looks more traditional, which, you know, it could appeal to a more general audience and still kind of give Steam players, you know, the different design that they want.
I don't like touch. I like having my stick.
You know, but from what I hear, the people that tested the first one, the touchpads were pretty responsive and pretty, like, pretty well versed in translating a keyboard to a control pad. But now I don't know how this new design has helped it out. But I don't know. I'm just happy to see a different bowl design.
It's like I was really excited about the touchpads because if anyone can do it, it's Valve. And
Right.
Like, they're the
Well,
only person I would
there's
trust to
nothing
do it.
to say that there's not like touchpads on the back, and this might not be the final design because it's been changing like every like 6 months or
They
so.
made a lot of iterations.
Yeah, so we'll see how it is, and we'll see like I wonder if there's gonna be like a black market for like original like Steam controller designs, and it's gonna I don't know, it's gonna be crazy.
Were they sent out with those dev kits? The 300?
Most likely, I believe
Yeah, I
so.
would think they'd have to, right? Like how you do a dev
yeah,
kit
I
without
think
the
so.
controller.
That's right. They
Yeah, that's a
did
good
that,
point.
They did that original
there's no
controller,
point.
but without that weird like interface in the middle.
Yeah, that sounds right. I don't know anyone who got a dev kit though. I can't think of anyone who.
Corey, can I take a pee break?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess we'll take a second word from our sponsors, I guess. This segment brought to you by Preston's Pee. It's yellow.
If we be quiet enough, we can kind of hear it. Oh no, he stopped. Never mind. Shit. I have it like weird sometimes when I like some days I will have to pee like a motherfucker. I was my buddy's 18th birthday. We went out to do hookah and then we went out to a sex shop because like he was old enough to.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why like we went to hookah, Denny's, and maybe that's the weird combination that does it. We went to the sex shop and in the 20 minutes we were there, I pissed 4 times.
In a sex shop.
In a sex shop, within 20
That's
minutes.
not sanitary.
Big.
Oh, that's awkward.
It wasn't even little bits. Really big streams of pee, and then I went home and I threw up.
You know what? Maybe I shouldn't have pressed record on this. I didn't know that was the story you were gonna tell.
That was the story I was gonna tell. Are there any doctors out there? Well, this was like 3 years ago, so if it was diabetes, I think I would have known by now.
No, there are more symptoms than that, but
Yeah, because I know that I know one of the biggest ones. Oh, like you feel bad, you have to pee a lot, and I do eat a lot of sugar. But I don't know. Maybe
you
I
have
just,
a UTI. I don't know.
maybe.
Okay, well, let's have a little bit of a drum roll for slightly disappointing headline of the week. The 5th character for Ultra Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition Turbo Style has been revealed.
I don't know.
Is that the actual title?
No, it's Ultra Street Fighter 4. So in case you guys don't know, Street Fighter has many different versions of their installments. Like, I remember it was Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Championship Edition. Like it's different than most games where like instead of just getting patched, they actually release new rosters and updated like movesets, and they nerf people and they buff people.
People buy them too.
They do, and like the thing you have to understand is it's not for the consumer level. It's for people who are fighting game enthusiasts that will pay the money to buy this new installment.
Huh.
This one has been rebalanced, and the big thing that they've had going for it was there's like different functions, or different gameplay styles to play with. They put more stuff in. And the biggest headline they had was they were going to introduce 5 characters, 4 from previous games, and 1 secret character that was going to be revealed. And, it was supposed to be a character that has never been in a fighting game. So people were like, oh shit, who could it be? And they were like, oh, it's no, well, it was kind of similar to that, I guess. But like they were also saying like it's a character from the Street Fighter cartoon, not cartoons, the comics. Huh. So people were like speculating, going crazy, and everybody's like, it's gonna be this person, it's gonna be this person. And the director of it, Ono, he debunked one of the biggest rumors of being Retsu, who was he was in the first Street Fighter, which technically the first Street Fighter wasn't really a fighting game; it was more of like a side-scrolling kind of game. But yeah, they kind of let that run on like way too long, to the point where Capcom actually released a statement saying, yeah, the announcement is coming at our next, big announcement, and we may have made this go on too long, and we know you're going to be disappointed.
Oh, wow.
So, anybody know the character Cammy?
Uh-uh.
She's got like the green leotard,
she's
the blonde chick.
The hot chick.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for lack of a better word, yeah. Yeah, she's part of a faction, or she used to be part of a faction called the Dolls, who were like they were like originally mindless soldiers that were just created by the bad guy Bison.
Yeah.
To do his bidding. So the new character, I believe her name is Decapra. She's like a sadistic version of Cammy. like that's a doll like under his control.
Wait, was she an actual character, or are they making?
She was a character
Oh, okay.
that never appeared in a fighting game, and that was in the comics. But it's not what people were expecting. And actually, people did resign to finally saying it's probably gonna be a fucking doll, and they're just gonna screw us over with it. And guess what? It's a fucking doll.
Wow.
I mean, like, you know, honestly, she looks like a character, like a palette swap for Cammy, but her gameplay is supposed to be different. She's supposed to be a charge character rather than, you know, having Cammy's moveset. But I don't know. That's just I found that it's just like, yep, people are kind of disappointed.
You would think that Capcom would take this initiative and like hear the people's voices and like, you know, the
No.
is
Oh,
that
that is a
character
good
that
idea.
they
Let's just
want.
do that, yeah.
Dude, Capcom has been so fucked to their fans. Like that's like they fucked Mega Man over so much. Like Capcom needs to fire their marketing team because their marketing team done no shit.
Well, the guy who created Mega Man, he went on his own and he started his own Kickstarter.
Oh yeah, well yeah,
for-
he's gonna do Mighty Number Nine,
Mighty Number
which is
9.
a spiritual success for the Mega Man, and he's actually has another Kickstarter that's gonna be coming up, or he has another Kickstarter, but at the same time he said he had a game that's almost completed that is also another spiritual successor to Mega Man. So that's
Really?
yeah, so that's gonna be really cool. I wanted to back Mighty Number 9, but I didn't get in when I had the chance. I heard about it a little too late, but I will be getting it. That was one of the main reasons why I got a Vita because I want to play it on my Vita.
Oh, it's on. Is it coming to DS?
I
Please tell me
believe
it's coming
so.
to DS.
I believe so, but I know for sure that it's coming to Vita.
Because I have a DS now.
Yeah, I know you
I'm
do.
gonna get
You're
it.
so happy, aren't you?
I want to try Bravery Default. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, okay. Bravely Default.
Oh,
What I've
right.
been hearing, it starts out great, but then there is a moment where it shits the bed. Like, it just unequivocally, like, you're like, fuck, why the fuck did that happen?
Oh, don't
and
tell
it just
me
falls
that.
apart. But I heard, like, you should still buy it if you like RPGs and play it. There's just a moment where you go, yeah, that fucking shit the bed. But other than that...
Are there any Tales games for DS too?
Not that I
Like,
can think
not
of.
God, there's so
Like
many fucking-
Symphonia or Eternia, something like that.
Vesperia, I don't know. I don't really. I've only really ever played Symphonia. 'Cause
I
got,
love
like,
Symphonia.
Symphonia was great.
That was an amazing story.
Except the fucking 4-player was fucking broken, like the multiplayer,
Oh, I
because
never bothered.
you couldn't fit all your friends on the screen. It only focused on player one. It was fucking dumb.
I got you.
But yeah, but I would say if you like RPGs, try it out. Get fucking oh god, I can't think right now. There's some more RPG games that you need to get.
Text me.
Fucking Fire Emblem.
Fire Emblem's a
Fire
great
Emblem
game.
is
Yeah.
one of the best games on the
Definitely.
3DS.
About that, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely get that. That's gonna be fucking great for you to play. All right, I guess I'll move into Get Hype. Well, I already did my Godzilla spiel before, but more movie news. Sony and Columbia Pictures finally made an official statement saying that a Sinister Six movie and a Venom movie are going to be in the works. Now, if you recall in episode 0, I had stated that that Sony was working on this like behind the scenes, and Amazing Spider-Man 2 is going to set it up for Sinister Six, and what they kind of want to do is do like an Avengers style
Yeah.
of their own.
Does that mean they'd have like individual movies for each bad guy?
Not for each bad guy, because I mean, you technically already get 3 of them out of Amazing Spider-Man 2, because you get the teasers in the trailer of Doc Ock, the Vulture, and I thought you saw.
You get teasers of Doc Ock for the new Spider-Man?
Yeah,
For
if you
this
watch
coming
if you watch the trailers, that's what everybody has been saying was
really?
that like
I never saw. I know
Really?
there's Electro. I know there's the Hobgoblin, and I know there's Rhino.
yeah.
But I didn't see anything for Doc Ock in the new.
Well,
movie.
no. It's like there's a scene in there where it's like they're walking, and then behind them in Oscorp, you see like the 6. You see the arms for
I've
Doc
never
Ock
seen that.
and
That
the
sounds
Vulture.
awesome, though.
Really? Oh, I thought okay.
I've glazed over that.
Well, because like what a lot of people were saying was like, how many fucking villains is this movie gonna have? And they like I think what people were saying was that like, oh no, every villain has to have a backstory. Not necessarily. I mean, you could just have Rhino in there as a heavy.
Yeah.
He doesn't necessarily need to have a backstory, but you're definitely gonna get one for Electro. You're definitely gonna get one for Hobgoblin / Green Goblin.
Well, there have been so many versions of like there's many different teams of the Sinister Six. Which one are they doing?
I believe the one they're trying to shoot for is Vulture, Doc Ock, Shocker. I'm not Shocker. Electro. I think Hydro Man is gonna be in there, or he should be in there. And did I say Rhino?
I forget.
Well, anyways, yeah, like they're gonna try and get that franchise going, which is cool. And I mean, if anybody has like a prolific like encyclopedia of villains, it's Spider-Man and Batman. Like they have the most iconic villains. Like for X-Men, you have like Magneto, Sabretooth, and like Apocalypse, as far as like the mainstream people know.
Yeah.
If you ask me of any villains that aren't Batman or Spider-Man, I can I couldn't tell you except for Lex Luthor. I couldn't tell you any
I think
Superman
there's like for most villains there is that one. There's like one or two that you can name, but like Spider-Man and Batman have like a ton, and you could always interchange them and they have good stories. That's one thing. I think Batman probably has more than Spider-Man, but they both have like a lot of characters. And speaking of which, Venom. I am
Great
tentatively looking forward to this because God, he was so terrible in Spider-Man 3.
Poor what's the name? Eric Foreman's from the
Toby
Maguire. No,
not Toby Maguire. Well, Toby Maguire was in the movie, but Topher Grace.
Yeah. He did not do a good Venom.
I think he did an okay Eddie Brock. He needed to be a little bit bigger for Eddie Brock, but the Venom was just raped because it was just him being, creepy. But I mean, if you watch the Predators movie, it was a sequel to Predator. He was in there and he's kind of a creep too. He can play that well, but it just doesn't work for Venom because Venom, like, I fucking love Venom. Big, hulking, crazy tongue. Like, he didn't even have his tongue sticking out. It's like, God damn it, guys. But I don't know. I am looking forward to that because I like Venom because you can interchange it between villain and anti-hero. Like, actually, one of the current iterations of Venom is known as Anti-Venom, and
what?
Yeah, he's like white, and he's an anti-hero that hunts down the other Venom symbiotes. He actually in Spider-Man 1, remember there was a bully that was like bullying Peter Parker?
Yeah.
His name was Flash Thompson.
Yeah.
That character is really cool because he starts out as a bully and then goes to war and loses his legs.
Huh.
And then he becomes friends with Peter Parker, and then he gets bionic legs. And then he gains the anti-venom suit, and like it allows him to not have the bionic legs.
Wow.
And so that's kind of his mission, is like, he wants to make up for the things that the bad stuff that he's seen, especially in war. So I thought that was really cool.
Huh.
Let's see here.
By the way, looking up the Sinister Six on like Wikipedia, there's the Superior Six at the very end. Superior Spider-Man, which is Dr. Octopus in the mind of Peter Parker.
Yeah.
What the fuck? How the hell does he get his brain in there?
There was it was mind transference. I think he switched bodies. The original Peter Parker died, and then and Doc Ock had a kind of a change of heart, and he tries to do Peter Parker justice.
Oh.
Like he does try and
but then just like, well, I'll just take his body then. Whoop, 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 whoop.
Well, no, I if I recall, it was a plot. They tried to kill Spider-Man, and it worked. But then, like afterwards, he kind of had a change of heart and was trying to keep the Spider-Man character going as a hero.
Huh.
So that was cool. But I think, and then I feel like I remember him being more, like, not villainous, but he was like a harder, like a more badass Spider-Man. No,
That is so weird. Comic books are so weird.
I told you, fucking Mary Jane dying because of Peter's radioactive semen.
Yeah.
That actually happened. Like, comic books are fucking, like, crazy, man.
This epic Nerdcast brought to you by Radioactive Semen. Radioactive Semen.
Maybe that's why you had to pee so much, Eric.
It does kind of feel webby when it comes out, and I swing from
Thick,
it.
ropey strands.
Thick ropies. Copy.
Oh. Ew. Okay, well, one last bit of Get Hype news. If you are a gamer, you will be excited to know that tomorrow, which is Tuesday, March 18th, fucking Metal Gear Solid 5 Part 1 is dropping.
Which means it probably came out yesterday if you're hearing this.
Yes.
Or 2 days ago.
Well, Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes is coming out tomorrow, and fuck, I am so excited. Like, if you guys watched any E3 footage of it, it looks fucking gorgeous. The tech demo for that was amazing, but in the same way as we talked about last time with Watch Dogs, like, that was, it was a tech demo, so it looked amazing, but the quality is going to go down a little bit for as far as the actual gameplay, but still, it's fucking Hideo Kojima. Like, I am going to give him the benefit of the doubt and say this is going to be an amazing game.
So you said episode 1. Is this like a continuing iteration?
So what Kojima did was he was going to have Metal Gear Solid 5 come out, but he felt like he didn't want to make people wait too long for it. So what he did was he split it up into 2 games. He split it up into Metal Gear Solid 5, or Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes, and Metal Gear Solid The Phantom Pain. Both of these stories, I believe, revolve around the big boss after the Peace Walker installment in Metal Gear. And Ground Zeroes is going to be. He stated that imagine it's like the prologue to a movie where he said the gameplay is like you can complete the game in like 2 hours, and it's to tide you over until Phantom Pain comes out later in the year. And what they showed at E3 is just this amazing like gameplay of the big boss riding on a horse through a desert. And technically, you don't even have to use the horse. You can get off and walk around this entire world. This I think it's Arabian, like an Arabian desert, and it's so beautiful. And what's also funny is that they introduced a character, another female character. And if you've played Metal Gear Solid games, a lot of his females are very sexualized, but with good reasons for them to be. Like, it's part of their character.
Oh, God, you're so hot, I want to bone you.
Well, if you've ever played Metal Gear Solid 4, man, the fucking B&B Beauty and the Beast score, it's like, wow, this is little, like, creepy and weird, but at the same time, it's really cool as far as, like, their backstories go. This new character, I'm not remembering the name, I'm just remembering the story, is people were criticizing it, saying, it's hyper-sexualized, it's like he's being a creep. And he's like, well, I mean, it's me. Like, and that's what's hilarious. And then the interview went on to say, like, yeah, Kojima said he made it so sexualized so that he could see more people cosplay as this. He wanted to give cosplayers a challenge in order to like pull this off. Because, like, people have, like, cosplayed Metal Gear Solid, and, like, they go full on with, like, the skimpy outfit. Or not skimpy, but, like, the very revealing outfits.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. And it's, like, he's like, I wanted to give them a challenge. Plus, I want to see more hot cosplay. It's fucking awesome.
Truly a hero amongst men.
Oh, dude, I fucking love Kojima. He's fucking badass.
The reason me and Preston are being silent a lot of this is because I don't think we played very much. I haven't played very much Metal Gear.
I don't know the story at all.
The most I know is from Ego Raptor's Metal Gear Awesome. That's how I know.
Where is my Metal Gear Awesome 3? Come on, Aaron.
What are you doing? The fucking Starbound music videos? Starbomb, right. Fuck.
Game Grumps.
You prick. Actually, I know I'm kind of diverging topics because I can't talk about Metal Gear Solid. I can't.
That's fine.
Only experience I have is from Super Smash Brothers, where he shoots the ground with a rocket launcher.
For Game Grumps, they lost like an episode and a half, so they had an animator come in and animate. So like I really love the Game Grumps animations that people do, but
the fan animations are really cool.
Really great.
I don't personally care for Game Grumps as much.
Yeah, I mean, especially since JonTron left.
Yeah.
But I like Danny Sexbang because I liked Ninja Sex Party, which
is Ninja Sex
group.
Party is amazing.
Love those guys, and then they teamed up with Ego Raptor to do Starbomb, and that's a big whole cool collaboration. But so they have a whole big episode of them playing Pokemon Fire Red, and a half of it just being animated. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Now, if only Aaron can animate his own shit.
Seriously, you said Aaron
Where's
Hansen,
my Girltron 3?
Ego Raptor, you said you'd be animating
4.
You said you'd be animating more goddamn Starbomb music videos, and you've only done one. And
no, he did 2.
That was just a lyric video.
No. Did you see the Castlevania one? He did one for the Castlevania one.
He did?
Yeah.
There was one, I saw that.
The Samus one?
He did the Mario one.
He did the Mario one, and then after that was Castlevania.
I thought that was just a lyric video, because I watched it.
No. That one was, it was like comic book, like animated comic book style.
He's on DOS? Well, then I have to watch something when I get home.
Go watch
Eat your words, Eric.
I can nom.
Well, anyways, let me get back to Metal Gear real quick. One cool thing is that there will be 2 versions releasing for Ground Zeroes. If you get a PlayStation version, it'll be the Deja Vu version, where you can play as the original design for Snake in Metal Gear Solid 1, and you'll be interacting with like Psycho Mantis and other characters from the old games, which is cool if you like that. And then if you get the X-Bone version, you get the Jamais Vu version, where you can actually play as Raiden in his style from Metal Gear Rising, except you can't use the sword, which is really weird. But what's cool is that his story revolves around Body Snatchers, which is it's an old Kojima game where it was a cool story. It was like, imagine like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, where these robots, it was kind of like, the Cylons in Battlestar Galactica. They would replace the person with a robot. With the robot. With the robot, and then like you'd have to distinguish who's who and all this, and that's cool that it's a callback. I never got to play it, and I should, because I've been hearing a lot of hype about it. So that's something to check out too. Snatchers is the game.
I like how they're doing 2 different versions too.
Yeah, and like it's like, I think it's also to boost sales for the X-Bone, because they will give them Raiden.
Yeah.
Okay, and I think with that we will move on to Awa. Ask us anything.
Awa.
So again, if you didn't listen to the first part of the podcast, then what the fuck is wrong with you? But Preston, now that you're a little bit rested up, where can they ask questions if they want to ask it on Twitter?
They can ask questions on Twitter at our handle EPC Nerdcast.
You also post it to our Facebook
This is
at EPC Nerd, I believe.
Yes.
Facebook.com/EPC Nerd.
very good.
Yeah.
And we may answer your questions online, like Carrie's. Hey, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
Hi, Carrie.
So,
love you.
Carrie asks, what's the one game that you regret buying at or around launch? Like you were hyped for it, you bought it, and it was shit.
I played it for I paid $60.
Like not like at or around the time. I would say within like 6 months of it being released.
The wonderful one. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's because you can't play games.
God, I have to think about that.
Okay, well then I'll go into one that I did. I was at a moment where I was like, I haven't really played video games in a while. I want to play an RPG. So I got excited for Final Fantasy 13. When I got that
would do it.
I hated the gameplay. I hated the characters. I hated the story. I literally played it for like... I didn't even play it within a day, but the first day that I got it, I played it for about 2 to 3 hours. Felt like I was going nowhere. Was so disillusioned with it that I sold it back the next day. I was just like, fuck
The next day,
this.
huh?
Yeah.
Damn.
I was so disappointed, and it was just like... what happened to Final Fantasy? What happened to like 8 or 7?
All right, here's one that's probably not my best example, but it's the one I can think of off the top of my head. On the original Wii, when it first came out, I was really hyped about it, and it actually was. I think it was probably an opening game for the Wii too. Red Steel.
Yes, I thought you were gonna go with that.
Red Steel was awful, and they're like, "Oh, it's gonna be awesome. You could fight with swords, and you could use the Wiimote, and that sounded awesome as shit." And it sucked. It was not responsive.
I heard
the story
Red
was bad.
Steel 2
I never played
came out, and I heard that it was decent. It was an improvement over the
never gave
original
it a
one. But
second
yeah,
chance.
Use the Wii Motion Plus.
yes, that's
maybe,
probably why. That's probably
maybe.
why. But I mean, that's understandable. That would be kind of a bad game because it was one of those hype games.
Exactly.
To get to sell the Wii
and
sell the
it
tech
was
of the
not.
Wii.
It was worthless. I played it for about a day, and it was terrible, and I never touched it again. So there goes that money.
Mine would have to be back because I don't really buy launch games now.
Yeah.
Just to avoid spending money.
Yeah.
Back with my old GameCube, there was a game called Phantasy Star Online.
Oh yeah.
And it was a game that I think it had like a single player element, but it was primarily supposed to be online. And
for GameCube.
people don't know this, but the GameCube on the bottom had like a broadband connector.
Right, but like
I
it's
didn't
like
know that.
it's like is that the best platform to have multiplayer like online multiplayer for?
Well, the broadband, even though they installed it, they never ever used it. So the Phantasy Star Online was just a complete waste of time and money.
Yeah.
I was
So you're
disappointed.
just like disappointed and like nah.
It had a lot of
Yeah.
potential, I felt at the time, but then again, I was also like 12.
Oh, you know what? I also kind of did that with I pre-ordered like a special edition Soul Calibur 4, and I was just like, I get to play as Yoda, but I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't really like Soul Calibur
So-
4 either. It was...
Yeah, Soul Calibur 5, the mechanics are amazing as far as the fighting game goes. It's a different characters and stuff. Like, you know, they have the staples in there, but still.
I was just playing... Which one's the one with Zelda? I mean, I'm sorry, not Zelda.
Link?
2.
That is
That's 2?
2 on the GameCube.
Yeah, I was just playing that like last weekend, and it still holds up.
They
loved
released
it.
they
Yeah.
re-released it on like Xbox and PlayStation
Oh,
where
very
you
cool.
can play as like Spawn and Heihachi.
Awesome.
But they didn't include the best version is the GameCube one. Like because I guess they can't use the licensing for Link. But that was
sucks.
great. That was the version that I always played. Who did you ever play Soul Calibur?
Oh,
Preston?
I played 2. I mastered that.
Okay, so
When I was
who's your character? Who did you main?
When I was a kid, I was an idiot because small and fast beats big and slow any day, but I didn't know
It
that.
depends. It depends.
I would choose Necrid as a kid.
Oh, Necrid's
Necrid's
terrible.
Exactly.
Necrid is
I
ass.
just like the energy weapon so much. I always wanted to play him.
Necrid is so cheap.
I always wanted to play him because I like the energy weapons, and I realized now that I'm older, when I was just playing, I'm like, wow, this guy fucking sucks. Now I'm who's the girl with the batons?
Talon?
Yeah, Talon.
Or-
Talon is the shit.
Talon, use the like tonfas, like bladed tonfas. She's okay. She doesn't hit hard enough. Now the one that I use, fucking Voldo.
Voldo? Yeah,
fucking because you have the range. I'm so like I love
the
like
weird motion that he does.
Yeah, no, dude, I just love like I attack high, then go low, and then just like do my spin attack, then like seizure on the ground. Fucking awesome. Mitsurugi is like always like a fallback that I can go to.
Taki.
Taki?
The chick with the melons.
Yes, the demon
They
hunter
bounced
ninja.
and-
I think the chicks are the better fighters, honestly.
Well,
Yeah,
dude,
I know,
like Ivy has a steep learning curve, but she's one of the best characters in the game if you know how to play
Ivy's
as
the
her.
one with the like whip, right?
The chain, the sword,
yeah,
the sword whip,
Yeah.
and the one that has less and less clothing every game. But actually, they retconned that in 5. 5 they actually gave her more clothing. But I remember 4 was like literally like, how does she move? Like, how does she take a step and that costume does not like explode? Like, it's fucking ridiculous. I mean, it's not like DOA levels of like jiggle, but
It's
still.
because those aren't really clothes; they're just body paint.
Well, no, that's like fucking Bayonetta. Her outfit is actually just her hair.
Really?
Yeah, that's like
I
her
didn't know that.
magic is her hair, and in order to do spells, she sacrifices her clothing for it.
Weird.
I like
It's
that.
sexy, but it's like it's done in a way that like is part of the character, and it's like
Oh, sure, it's part. Let's make the character naked all the time.
it's what
Part of the
it
character.
is definitely understandable to look at a character like Bayo and to see that like beauty and sexiness is her character design, and that it is part of her character. Whereas if you look at like fucking David Cage characters where they're just naked or have clothes for no fucking reason, like that's when you have bad character development.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Like, wait, did you Preston? Did you say who?
I
You
said
said Taki. Anybody else or just Taki?
Taki and Ivy.
Okay.
Yeah.
You just like the jiggle, didn't you?
Yeah, but it took me a while to master the super good throw where like she chucks you up in the air and the spikes go.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'd also do Nightmare.
I love
Nightmare.
fucking dude Moore's Zweihanders, man.
Yeah.
Like fucking Nightmare kicked ass. I knew a friend that could play a really good Astrid, which like
Really?
Not Astrid, Astaroth.
Huh.
Which is like that's when I say like there's an exception to speed versus like heavy. Like he knew how to keep you distanced, so
Yeah.
and so like you couldn't start up a combo.
Yeah.
Like that's where they're fucking dangerous. You have to know how to play as them. Like if you play a fucking Geef, like Zangief in
Yeah.
Street Fighter,
Yeah.
because you have to be able to interrupt combos and just like fucking like throw them continuously. Also like I guess what's his name? Fucking Keelik. Keelik was always really easy to pick up and play. And that him and who was the chick with she had like the
Shanghua? No.
not Zhanghua, but she had like long staff with a blade at the end.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Sangria.
And fuck, I can't remember.
I can't remember, but I love how she like one of her attacks where she splits your legs open and then slams you in the nuts. And then if you did a certain input, not only does she slam you in the nuts, but she picks you up and throws you over her. That's fucking awesome. All right, well, let's move on to the second question then. Jessica asks, "What movie or game did you have super high?" This is kind of going off the game thing. The last question. What movie or game did you have super high or super low hopes for, and then you received the opposite?
First instinct is to say Man of Steel, but I'm gonna try to think of another better one. Because Man of Steel, I went in with very low expectations, kind of like what you did, and then it turned out to be okay.
Oh,
I wasn't like the
I was
opposite.
the exact opposite.
Yeah, you went
I
with
came
super high.
expectations. And I was like, there's no like, I don't see the story here.
Yeah,
There's just
you
boom,
have
boom,
to
boom, boom.
you have to go in low. You really do. Fuck. Oh, you know what? Okay, I just people are gonna yell at me for this one, but I just watched this movie with high expectations, and I was kind of bored. Capote.
Okay, I can see why you could be kind of bored for it.
I watched it because Philip Seymour Hoffman died. And,
Right.
Yeah, Ileana, my girlfriend, was just like, yeah, we should watch it. And it's like, okay. And it was boring. It was really like there was no real big conflict. There was no real big story. It was just Truman Capote. Oh, you want to write a story about this guy? Oh, well, you're ignoring him. Now you're ignoring him. Now you go visit him again. Now you're ignoring him. Oh, now he got executed. The end. I mean, it was boring.
I could get that, yeah.
Yeah, I think you have to be in the right mindset to watch it. Like Lincoln was like it's dry, it's long.
here's
visually, it was
here's
like
my
a
impression of Lincoln. All right, everybody. I know we're all fighting and we're all tense and we're killing each other, but I'm going to tell a very delightful and funny anecdote, and it's going to make everything better.
This kind of sounds like John Wayne.
That is a little
Pilgrim.
That is the entire fucking Lincoln movie. Is him, everyone getting angry and yelling at each other. Lincoln telling a funny story, and then everyone's like, "Okay, Lincoln."
That's fun. Who else but Lincoln?
Yeah, fuck Lincoln. Sorry. But I will pick Capote.
You know, okay. I got to put. I mentioned this last podcast, but I finished reading *The Time Traveler's Wife* and I saw the movie. I came in really hopeful because I thought, oh, time travelers and like the relationship between like him and the non-time traveling wife. I thought that was gonna be really cool. Ended up being really boring.
Cheesy.
No, ended up just being really boring. Like nothing really happened. All of a sudden, like I don't want to spoil it, but just. Everything kind of just goes to shit. The last 20 pages, just like for no reason, just done.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
I guess I'll never read it.
Is it just more for the romance kind of thing?
I guess it's more for the romance, but there's not even. I mean, there's some romance, but I just wish there was more story. It just like the characters were fine, just nothing happened. Like 600 pages of nothing.
Oh.
I was really disappointed by it.
Oh. Okay, well, for me, I mentioned this before, but like Eric said, I went in with really low expectations for Man of Steel, and I actually came out liking the movie a lot more than I thought I would. Another one that I had low expectations for was Frozen. Frozen I really liked.
You had low expectations for Frozen?
Well, not really low. I didn't have high expectations for it, just because I watched the previews and I was like, eh.
You like Frozen way too much.
I don't like it as much as everybody thinks that I do, but I did really like it.
You just watch it like 20 times.
I like to hype it because it was such a surprise hit for me. Like I was just like, holy crap! This the previews did not do this any justice.
I'm trying to think now that I've seen The Wind Rises. I'm trying to think which one I should have got the Oscar now that I've seen it, because I know it was between the two big ones, because of course The Croods 2 and Despicable Me 2 weren't gonna win. No. Frozen or The Wind Rises? I
think Frozen's more accessible than The Wind
definitely.
Rises.
I think if The Wind Rises had the audience that Frozen did, I think it might have won.
Oh no! Like when we were doing the Oscar party, I was like, I don't know, man. I haven't seen The Wind Rises yet, so I don't know how it's gonna do in comparison to Frozen. But
I really like The Wind Rises. I think it should.
Yeah, that's the next movie I have to see. And one more that I had super high hopes for, and then was just shit all over me, was fucking Sucker Punch.
Sucker Punch.
I was so
you had high hopes for Sucker Punch,
If you look at the tropes from the previews, it was girls in Sailor Fuku fighting giant fucking robot samurai. I was like, holy shit! This could be badass.
You know a movie is gonna be terrible when there's an ex Disney girl in it. When you saw Vanessa Hudgens, you should have known it's gonna be a shit movie.
Well, not necessarily.
Same
Zac Efron's not bad. Zac Efron's actually getting.
He's never been in a good movie.
He's getting there. He's getting there. Dude.
I have no problem with Zac Efron, but he's never been in a really good movie, and neither has Vanessa Hudgens or Selena Gomez. Or
I would disagree. Social Network, Justin Timberlake. Oh no, he was a Mouseketeer.
He was a Mouseketeer with Britney.
Okay, that's technically.
But he wasn't. Yeah, if anyone can in the comments or in the fucking our Twitter, Facebook, if they can send us
at EPC Nerdcast
if you can send me a good example of a movie that's not a Disney movie that has a Disney star in it, I will eat my words. But I can't think of one.
Yeah, but I mean I don't know. I was super hyped for it. I didn't care who was in it. It was just the preview for that was so well done in comparison to the actual movie, which had the worst storyline. One of the worst storylines I've seen in a movie. It was so fucking dumb. I hated the characters.
I give it props for originality. Like the idea is original,
I
falls short so badly.
I'm not sure if it was based off of anything like a graphic novel.
Wasn't there? I thought there was like a comic or something.
I feel like there could have been a graphic novel for. I think there. I'm gonna go on record to say there was.
Yeah.
But man, I was just like, this does not make any fucking sense. And there was kind of spoilers, I guess, but fuck it. At the end, where it's like, oh, it was never my story. It's about your story all along. No, what the fuck are you talking about? You just met this girl. How the fuck was it her story? We started off with your story. Are you fucking high?
The entire fucking movie never happened. It was just her leading up to her getting clocked in the brain.
I thought, okay, well, one thing that it could be was like I didn't think that her the fantasy world that she goes into and you see all the action, that was like that's her fucking dancing. That's stupid. I thought it was gonna be her like she's too timid to do things in real life, so the way that she can actually achieve these feats is by mentally going to that place.
It's not about her dancing. It's about her thinking about dancing. Her thinking about dancing, and then that thought of dancing turns into that thought of action. It's Inception.
Well, no, supposedly she is dancing like while that stuff is going on. Oh, like in
the mental ward.
Yeah, she is dancing, and like, but what's going on in her mind is like
a story within a story.
Yeah, oh god, it was just so dumb, and I fucking hated the character. I will say this: the opening action sequence with the fucking giant stone samurai was pretty cool, but then everything other than that, like the action became just so much bland slow motion, and it was just like terrible.
There was that cool part where Vanessa Hudgens does she get shot or does she get choked? Either way, it was fun.
I don't even remember. Like I remember Jamie Chung was in that. That's about it.
I want to see her get choked.
You can see her naked, right?
Where?
There's
Vanessa
pictures.
Hudgens?
There's pictures everywhere, dude.
Vanessa Hudgens is super naked on the internet.
Yes.
What?
Have
you not seen
dude,
this?
It's like one, like seriously, it's like 1 year it's like, oh no, how did these pictures get out? I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
the next year, sorry, more pictures got out. The year after that.
They're literally two different sets.
There's three now.
Three now?
Mm-hmm.
What?
There's 3.
Yeah, you could totally, yeah.
It's, there's...
Ooh.
Preston is getting quite... Oh, Preston, put that away, Jesus. God, keep back in your pants, man.
He took it out. I'm glad. You know what? This is funny because not only like this is the second time I've introduced Preston to a naked celebrity.
Oh
online.
yeah,
I
like
Sarah
Silverman.
the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Which actually, watching Wreck-It Ralph, it's like, oh god, she's Vanellope.
Is that
Impure thoughts.
Is that her?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Let me see.
She has a big ass nipple.
Hold on, let me see. Yep, that's her.
That's her?
Yep.
Well, let's move on to the final question. This one comes from Taylor, who asks, "Hey guys, what series do you think needs to be rebooted or given a new season?" One that comes to mind that I just started actually going through because I watched a little bit before, but now I've actually started watching through. We need more fucking Firefly. Holy fuck! I fucking love Firefly.
It's not gonna. I think that's everyone's.
It's already passed.
I know, but like
they're too old to come back. We don't want to see.
I know
fucking,
Nathan Fillion.
We don't want to see Nathan Fillion at his.
I don't care. I mean, we got a movie out of it. We got Serenity, right?
We got Serenity, and
Yeah.
Serenity was okay, except for fucking Wash.
Why
would you do that to Wash, Joss Whedon? You're as bad as George R.R. Martin, son of a bitch.
I mean, like, I would have liked to see more Firefly back in the day.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like I think Dylan actually, he watches it. Maybe not yearly, but when they go on trips, he watches it with his folks because they both like his mom loves Firefly.
Nice. I really enjoyed it too. I hate sci-fi, so when I went into I couldn't get into it until someone was like, "Don't watch as a sci-fi, watch as a western." I'm like, all right, and I loved it.
This is a great dynamic because we have you who loves like fantasy rather than sci-fi, and then Preston, you're the opposite, from what it seems. Like you like sci-fi a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I'm right in the middle. It's like a sandwich.
Like a little sandwich.
I'm trying to think of a series. I'm having a difficult time.
Yeah, fuck.
Because all I wanted to see rebooted is actually already been rebooted. Like Powerpuff Girls is back. I haven't seen it yet, but
I find the animation style is fine.
Okay, I got one. They did reboot it, but the reboot is awful. It needs a second reboot.
Reboot of the reboot?
Yeah, Teen Titans.
Oh,
Teen Titans Go is crap. It is crap. Fuck Teen Titans Go.
It went into like this just chibi style.
Yeah,
like,
exact. This really like Teen Titans was awesome because like it was
wait. Is Teen Titans Go actually have a story, or is it just more like just adventure by adventure?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's fucking lame.
They basically took Teen Titans, which is really actiony, very dramatic, with parts of humor that are really well placed.
It is the best American-made anime that I've seen.
Actually,
Avatar, yeah. That and Avatar are the best American-made animes.
What about Cowboy Bebop?
That's
that American
Japanese,
made?
you fool.
What about Trigun?
That's Japanese.
It's all Japanese.
What about
Japanese, you
So
fool.
they took all the comedy parts of the original Teen Titans and they just made it all about that. They made it so bad and so cheesy. They got the original voice actors, which is awesome. And I was really excited because all the original voice actors from the first show came back, and that was cool. But it's terrible.
Yeah,
it's terrible.
Yeah, I don't need...
Redo the original Teen Titans, you sons of bitches.
I don't know. I say I was fine with the way that the original Teen Titans ended.
I was too. You know what, actually... can I put in another answer?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
Fucking Young Justice. Young Justice.
Young Justice.
2 great seasons.
Yes,
and they
that is
canceled
one
it.
that I feel like it didn't get enough. Like
It didn't. It should have because it was great. I love the first season. The second season.
I would
also
say
good.
that it's kind of less zany. It was more Americanized.
Yeah.
Version of how Teen Titans was, as far as having a good story with great characters.
Yeah. It really was, and I mean you really got to see. All the sidekicks that you don't usually see that never get the spotlight, and they come out as full-fledged heroes, and it's so interesting. From
Yes.
there's Super Kid, which is Lex Luthor,
Mm-hmm.
took his DNA and cloned it with Superman's to form this Superman kid who has like half the power of actual Superman, and you kind of follow his story on with Robin and Aqualad and the Green Arrow sidekick who's like Speedy,
Yeah,
but he gets his own. He's like the Red Arrow then.
Yeah.
And then you've also followed Beast Boy too, and he gets his own new origin story. It's really fucking cool.
Yeah,
See, I'm kind of surprised
really
it fell through because I thought that the whole thing with Conan, having that whole Conan crossover, the Big C or whatever, even if that did that actually happen in the episodes?
I don't think so.
Either way, do you know what happened though? Like,
No, I don't.
Yeah.
when Conan O'Brien had his old show, he still has a show. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
Anyways, they would profile Young Justice on his show, and they made him a superhero.
That's right. I remember that.
And I thought that was gonna boost ratings for like that Young Justice show.
Well, I was gonna say, what do kids know who Conan is? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true. He's kind of late.
And then one thing that I've noticed, like a lot of the kids shows today, kind of they play more on that like random dumb humor.
Yeah.
Like because I was watching, I kind of marathon a bunch of Hey Arnold episodes. Like, where's like just like the shows like this again, or like where there is a bit of a narrative to it and it's a continuous story. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Like slice of life kind of stories. Preston, what do you did you say something that needs a reboot?
Oh, I can't think of a single thing right now because you know what? Samurai Jack.
Samurai Jack, that would be
Okay,
awesome.
I would
good
take
point.
Samurai Jack.
Good pick. We should make a movie. A live action would be killer.
You know what? They were thinking of making a movie, or they were trying to get a movie done where it actually did like close off the series. Just never got made.
Too bad.
Because it did just end on a sour note, didn't it? Just nothing.
Yeah, there wasn't.
Yeah,
There
I
wasn't
mean, I feel like all Tartakovsky cartoons kind of don't have a fulfilled ending. They just kind of just get stopped. The funding gets pulled, which sucks because I love Tartakovsky's style. Like, I don't know, he has such a unique style that you don't see, and it is art. Like fucking Samurai Jack was just fucking art.
It was.
So good. Plus, you had fucking Mako on there as the fucking voice of Aku, which is amazing. Yeah.
What about you, Corey? What do you think?
Well, I said Firefly.
Oh, that's right.
Let's see here. Something that needs to be okay. I'm gonna try and think of something that needs to be rebooted. Like I feel like it. Let me think here.
Arrested Development season 5.
Oh jeez. Well, Heroes is getting a reboot, which cool. Trying to see. Hopefully, they can make it better than the last few seasons were.
Oh, I just thought of one actually.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so on ABC, like 4 or 5 years ago, there's a show that ran for one full season, maybe 2. I'm not sure. It was called Flash Forward.
Oh, my! I remember my dad and his basketball
Yeah.
teammates would watch that after practice on Mondays.
I thought it was the coolest thing, and I was shocked that they didn't order a second season.
The problem is, and there are a lot of shows like that kind of they rely on a gimmick too much. Like that Flash Forward relies
or
on
like
that one premise. That movie Awake, where a guy gets in a car crash with his wife and his son, and he like wakes up into one reality and his wife's alive, and then he goes to sleep, wakes up in another reality, and his son's alive, and the show's just about that. It's kind of the same thing.
That'd be a cool movie.
Cool movie, not a great show, because
yeah.
how do you keep a show going based on one like gimmicky premise?
That's true. It's just like how Resurrection is coming out now.
Yeah.
And that's like the big,
yeah.
Like that was all over the Oscars, man.
Yeah, this is supposed to be the new big one, and
I feel like it's gonna be one that falls flat.
I thought it was cool that Harold was in it, the guy from Harold and Kumar.
that.
Yeah.
They actually shot an episode at my high school, and I remember being there and seeing Harold walking up to film it, and we're like, "Hi, oh my God, it's Harold!" And
John
like,
Cho, right?
John Cho, yeah, and he was just like, "Hey,"
He's
like,
been on a lot of TV.
Yeah.
He's been everywhere.
Yeah. Well, he's fucking Sulu.
Yeah.
It's true.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Let me think of one that needs a reboot. I would like to maybe see a new age Batman Beyond, like have it
that'd
be
be cool.
rebooted.
I would love to see that.
That'd be pretty cool because
Yeah.
I love the style of Batman Beyond, like that kind of like post grunge metal style, like it's cyberpunky.
yeah.
So cool.
When I was a kid, I remember splicing. You know how they splice DNA?
Yeah, the one with the patches or whatever. Yeah,
I remember that being a big thing, and then I rewatched it because it was on Netflix. I think it's off now. It wasn't as big a thing as I remember. I was kind of shocked. It's like, oh, they don't really get into as much as I thought
it was
they
a
did.
one-off episode.
Yeah, I think bigger.
Like
I
I think it's because that's such a radical thing to watch as a kid. Like
true.
it's because it's literally doing drugs.
That's true. I think also there was a Static Shock episode where Static is sent
Yeah.
and I think they had to deal with the splicers there too.
Yeah, there was actually. Well, I think I remember telling you guys about Justice League episode where they go into the future and there's old Static Shock. He's leading the Justice League along with Batman Beyond and like Warhawk and everything, and that's really cool. Yeah, I'd like to see more of Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
All right, well then, why don't we go into Twitch Plays Pokemon Watch? So Eric, you said earlier that it ended, right? Crystal version ended.
They beat Red. They went. I think it took like 4 or 5 or 6 or 12 times.
It took them a while.
Took them a while because they had it every time they died. They have to go back through Mount Silver again and again. Mm-hmm. But they beat them, and it was awesome because everyone speculated that, oh man, they modded it so that Red's team would be the Red's Twitch Plays Pokemon team, and it was, and everyone was happy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, apparently Zapdos was wrecking shit.
Oh my gosh, it took forever to kill that motherfucker.
The Helix God came back from what I heard, and then promptly died.
I'm sorry, I got taken. Everyone died except for Laser Gator, their Feraligatr, and then he came back and destroyed everyone else. Preston, did you see it at all?
I didn't see it, but I do know that instead of what they did last time, just having like a 12-hour break between games, now they're doing 7-day break.
Which was good, because now it's a good
good
week-long break between now and Emerald. I hope Helix doesn't come back. I hope they just start new on this one.
I hope. Yeah, I assume they would.
Yeah. I assume there's gonna be a lot of fans who are gonna try to keep bringing Helix back, but
yeah,
I
think that's always gonna be a problem.
Yeah, I hear that is gonna be a modded version of Emerald, where the problems with the cracked tiles.
Yeah.
The cracked tiles. There are certain puzzles where you have to.
Like the Sky
yeah.
Tower,
Sky Tower, and stuff like that. So they're gonna.
I heard that
work on that.
I heard that Emerald wasn't going to be modded because they couldn't find they couldn't find a mod that was good enough that didn't have enough bugs to it.
Oh really?
That's what I heard. Again, this is going off Reddit.
Yeah, it's all speculation.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. I guess that's why they need 7 days to figure it out.
All right, cool. So we'll keep up on that. Hopefully, Emerald does a little bit better than Crystal did as far as popularity goes, which I don't think it's gonna. There's no way in hell it's ever gonna be back to Red, or was it? Wait, they played
a Red version. Yeah,
Red.
It's not going to be 120,000 viewers. That's
No,
for sure.
no, it's never going to be the
same. It's going to stay down to about 10, maybe 20,000 if it gets really
but as
big,
long as they can continue with the viewership and don't have it drop too much, that's fine.
Yeah.
So let's go into who does blank want to kick in the balls this week? You have anybody?
No. Oh, I guess. I don't know. I guess.
Because I
Why not?
Oh yeah, you didn't really get into that. So okay, Eric, who do you want to kick in the balls this week?
I guess
not Bethesda, but whoever Bethesda's contracting for Elder Scrolls Online, because I just played the newest. This is my second beta test. Nothing changed. It's the same. I saw the same glitch where
I have to try to follow a trail for a quest, and the trail's just gone, and it doesn't help with it at all. Like you can't figure it out, and it's just
So the Elder Scrolls Online dev team, straight kick to the nuts.
straight kick to the nuts, guys. Get your shit together. No one's gonna pay.
I mean, it's like what, like a week and a half away?
Something like that. It's
Fucking,
coming
like,
close. No one's gonna
Jesus Christ,
want
guys,
to
come
pay.
on. Get your shit together.
No one's gonna want to pay $15 a month for that crap.
And when the one thing that's selling it is Elder Scrolls Online, and the online is jacked, it's like you had one job.
One fucking job.
Yeah, just about.
So.
All right. Well, I had a mini one too. Corey would like to kick the people who hijacked that plane in the balls because it made everybody else look ridiculous.
Well, I mean, like, has it been confirmed that's a hijack?
Yeah, they went out and said that it's a hijacking.
Who did?
It's a Malaysian airline, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the air control.
Well, where is it?
I have no idea. They speculate that it crashed.
That they did. Why? Why would you hijack a plane just to crash into nothing?
There's also speculation that it flew into like Pakistan, maybe, just under radar.
I knew there was like, was it Iraq or Iranian? Iraqis or Iranians who had fake passports. I think it was Iranian. Like, people from Iran had fake passports, and so I think that's where they're like, oh, it's terrorists from Iran. I thought it's still like, they say it is, but isn't it still all speculation until they find the plane?
I thought they said that that they recovered recordings from like the black box, saying that was, I don't know. That's what I thought I saw in the headline, saying that like that they confirmed that it was hijacking.
I hadn't seen that update. That's interesting.
No.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
But yeah, just kick him in the balls.
Kick him right in the balls.
Just use double kick. Hit 2 times.
Right on their corpse. Because they're probably dead.
What's coming up next time on the podcast?
Well, probably Kill la Kill update since we didn't do one this time.
You know what? I have not caught up with the last episode. I need to go watch
really?
it today.
Okay.
Is it good?
Yes.
Yes. I mean, when is it not good?
Exactly.
We'll probably be talking about Cosmos more.
We'll probably talk about Twitch Plays Emerald because I'll be back.
That will be back.
I'll be back. We'll be starting.
Yep.
So.
I will be taking our friend Dylan out for his birthday. We're gonna go drink afterwards. It'll be some fun. Maybe we'll play a little bit of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. We'll tell you how that goes.
I'll let you go if the interview goes well. If,
definitely, dude.
If I even get the interview because I had to push it back because my car's leaking. Fuck
anal leakage.
Anal leakage.
Preston, what about you? You have an anal leakage anymore? Like last week?
Nope, it's all gone now. Fresh, cleaned out. Haven't pooped in 3 days just because all gone.
Future Eric, make sure the title of this is anal leakage.
Or sponsored by Preston's Pee.
Or sponsored by
Preston's Pee. Yeah, my life is meaningless.
What is life?
What is life?
Why are we here?
Anal leakage.
Podcast.
We're all Stardust.
Good night, everybody.